How are we?
Nobody likes you.
I can do this. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Can you hear me?
Are you crazy person?
Yes, well, we're about to find out.
Did you break it?
I may have broke it, who knows?
Yeah.
We will find out.
Like a 1 megapixel webcam you got there, buddy?
Yep. All right, how do I share this then? Edit, share. Facebook.
Oh,
Hey.
that's better.
Oh.
All right. Post on Facebook.
You have thousands of viewers watching, or
Just recording.
Well, you know, 1 or 2 viewers maybe. It is indeed streaming in ultra low def right now.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. You know, we have extra laptops so it can be good.
Well, I'm getting great reception. Maybe I should switch to a better Wi-Fi, like the 5G. Maybe the 5G is better.
Nothing to do with that. Nothing to do with that. Your webcam is going at 5 frames.
Well, it's possibly because I've been fucking around with it a lot. 5 frames.
We have.
Looks good to me, bud.
Come upstairs, see how bad it is. It's literally 5 frames. You're almost like a moving picture.
1 second.
Completely frozen.
Am I?
It's unplayable.
It's untenable.
It's literally unplayable.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is not going to work.
Well, I can record and not stream. That's an option. Let's go over to here and stop streaming. You know what I could do is I could find that DLL one. That's the biggest one. The D-Link. Am I better? Am I more streamy now?
I could just bring down the laptop.
No.
So it works.
No. I'll get this going one way or another. But am I better? Am I slightly more animated and alive and real?
You're that. It's unusable. Come up here and look. I'll go down there and show you. It's unusable.
Why is his so small?
there we go.
See how choppy
Streaming on a potato. Yeah, look at how low def he looks.
Yeah.
None of that works, but oh, you're good. So.
Yeah, I'm trying to find my dongle that I purchased back in the day. You know the one. The USB plug-in thing. There it is. That's the one.
Beautiful.
I'm gonna use this instead.
Use what instead? Oh, here's a DVD dongle? No.
All right.
Just you guys playing?
No, it's gonna be 5 of us.
Oh.
for his new setup, and he's trying to use his old laptop that's too old for this. He needs to get a webcam. He needs old Windows 7 drivers.
All right.
Disable the old Wi-Fi.
I can't hear you. Hold on. I just switched to the other one. I've been asked what the password is. Let us go over here and find out what the password is. Minimize. Nope. It's you. It's you. Where are you? Oh, that's why. The password is password. Participants. Participants. Should this not give me an invite? There it is. And the invite is 2xxdyg.
Oh yeah. Who's Laura Cleary?
No idea.
Oh, webcam.
Is the quality any better? Is the quality any better, Bob?
Move your hands around.
That guy just
No, it's completely pointless.
it ain't much better either, Bob.
Mine?
No, that guy down below.
Hey, Jordan.
Yours looks the best.
Yeah.
That GTX 1050. But I'm not running the game. I don't even need to be on the screen.
Well, all you really need to do is hear me. Hearing me is the important part.
As it is.
Alrighty. We're just short one Viking. Alright. Tried to set up a stream for it, but it doesn't want to stream quite fast enough, so fuck it. I'm just recording.
Well, is it recording for sure?
Oh yeah.
Or do you want to use my laptop for that?
I'm recording.
Okay. I bought a couple webcams for $15 on Marketplace.
Did you?
Some Logitechs.
Anything's better than this.
Well, yeah, then you can run it off the fucking powerful PC too, right?
That's what I want to do. That's the best option.
GTX 1050 in it. You can run 100 webcams on that thing.
I gotta watch Rome.
Fantastic. Fantastic. So, Jordan.
Jawohl.
Jawohl. Ich bin guten.
Yeah.
You know, it's going.
Ja. Ja, es ist guten.
It's better than terrible, but, you know.
It's wunderbar. That's me expending all my German in one sentence. Fantastic.
You can only do what you can do.
That's true. But yeah, still streaming on a potato over here.
Yeah, I can see that.
We have good computers. He just won't use them.
It's because I have everything set up on this one. I just want to get a better webcam. I tried installing updated drivers for this. Apparently, this laptop, 2015, they never updated drivers for Windows 10, so it thinks it's a VGA webcam, and thus will not do better graphics than VGA webcams.
Wow.
Because actually, it's a very good webcam in this, but it's just they never updated the drivers.
Yeah, your screen definitely reminds me of MSN.
MSN days. Oh boy, ASL boys.
Oh, yeah.
If you just download the Windows 7 drivers and pull up the INF files, you can get that webcam running again.
Yeah, I'll do that next time. We'll suffer through this, and I'll fuck with it over the course of the week. Worst case scenario, I almost bought a webcam today. I was at Best Buy and they had one for $50, but it was only 720p. And listen, I'm not going to spend $50 or over unless it's like 1080p quality. You know what I mean? Because I'm just gonna buy a better one eventually.
That's fair.
Yeah, it'd become $50 in the garbage.
Mm-hmm.
Especially as the used one's $15.
Yeah, as a temporary solution, go fuck yourself. You know?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
HD 360 action though. That's for outside. It's not bad. 150.
let's go here. Let's go there. Let's go each and everywhere. It's a lie, he said. Justin, go delete that post now. Delete. No longer viable. Delete. All right. Well, that's that. Brandon messaged that he'll be a little bit later. Leo said he couldn't make it. I was talking to him earlier today, so he already told me that.
Okay.
As was he recording it? He can watch the highlights if he feels like it.
Yeah, I just imagine the episode will end with, "Hey, I know a guy who can help with this."
Yeah.
Right? And that'll be because of Bob's aspect. I don't know if you got to look at Bob's sheet there, Jordan.
Yes, he knows everybody.
Yeah. So it's all kind of... That's very much a tenet of his character, is that he knows everybody.
Okay.
Right?
Well, makes sense.
Yeah, well, considering being down in the byward market and everything.
Well, that age and being a weight court, you probably at some point meet everyone.
And
Yes.
the only thing we really changed with Bob's character is his...
Order.
Yeah, the way he absorbs energy, absorbs people's emotions. It's sin in general. Like someone's like guilt or sin is what he absorbs. So someone who knows they're doing wrong.
Oh, man. You're Heath Ledger.
Game.
He's Heath
Very
Ledger?
broad.
Well, yeah, he was in that terrible movie where he was like some kind of crazy Vatican person who went and ate the sins.
Yeah, except it keeps him strong and vital opposed to killing him slowly.
Yeah.
Only plus and minus?
Yeah, that's how it works. So if you
Plus,
roll,
minus, and nothing.
yeah, so if you roll the dice, you subtract the minuses from the pluses.
I subtract the minuses from the pluses.
So let's say you're making a roll for one of your skills.
Oh, I just got 1 plus then?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so it'll go from 4 negative to 4 positive. That's your range.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you can roll a d8 and just 1, 2, 3, and 4 are negatives, and 5, 6, 7, and 8 are positives. It's all the same.
But like right now, let's
I think
say
I'd rather roll a d8 though.
Yeah, it's less varied. This gives you a closer range to 1 and 2 because
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So like any plus you put into your character is that much more potent compared to the dice roll negatively. Whereas like if you use your aspect to re-roll, you're going to add a +2 or re-roll, and +2 is always the best option. Almost always. Unless you rolled like a -4.
like as an example, let's say I'm making an athletics check. I have a great athletics, so I get a +4 right off the bat. So when I roll, I got 3 pluses and a nothing. So it's 4, 5, 6, 7. So I get an epic success.
When I played originally, I started, I don't know if you can see these very clearly.
Oh, nice.
I made my own because I was a cheap fuck.
It's understandable.
Now I've got the gold set.
Ooh, shiny.
Yeah, they're very nice.
It looks like dull poop.
Ah, you got the same set. I ordered more. I ordered like a blood red one. A whole
I
set.
got the nice.
Yeah, I ordered those plus the Fate Core book, so those should show up in town at any time. Plus, I got all the Dresden books ordered. So
Side note, I might be getting your couch tomorrow. I'll be calling you if I do, so I have to put it in your truck and bring it home.
for the RV,
Yes.
make the RV into an actual living room.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be pretty
Yeah.
neato, bud.
Doing the floor on that thing will take like 20 minutes.
Well, we do have flooring here, so just go pick up some pallets and do the floor and pallets. Just like put it down, sand it all,
Glaze it.
glaze it. Look how classy I am. I'm rustic.
I'm rustic.
He's making the best of the bad situation. But yeah, no, I'm gonna rip the walls off of that thing and redo the electrical too. Like
What you do is you put the plot, the stuff down, then you put drywall over top of it.
Oh yeah, so you know my plan.
That thing would weigh a ton.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull off the wood, the shitty plywood boards or whatever they are. They're really thin, like Bristol board.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm pulling out the kitchen in there because the kitchen's never quite worked. But it does have a shitter, so the shitter's always worked. It's a very antiquated shitter. It just has like a lever for flushing, so it works.
yeah, it's gravity. So
Yeah, it's a gravity-fed one, so no complaints. Yeah, but like, there's no proper hose hookup for it. There never has been. The hose, there's a hole, and you put the hose into the hole. You don't screw it in. You put it in, and it fills up. So you can't ever have pressure, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
That sucks.
it's ghetto as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's a 1977 Dodge Caravan that's got like the back on it.
It hasn't had any love since like 1985. It's the last time someone cared about it.
You're very generous on that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's been a smoke shack for a long time.
Yeah, Jacob, Dad, and Jacob's wife Stephanie used to hang out there and smoke all the time. And when Brandon was down, he slept in the bed, and he just fucking ruined that bed. He couldn't give him two shits about it. So I got rid of that and got a new bed in there. Bob helped me stuff that thing in, fucking like a Tuesday night horror, just fucking stuff it full. Fucking got her in there, tag teamed, buddy. High five.
That bitch.
Take your time, and you can turn it into a very fancy grape wagon.
Yeah, well, you got it. Yes, it's the grape wagon. Come get your grape whistle.
Yeah,
So we do not get the couch in there right away, so we should fucking start ripping that shit out.
Yeah, well, that
I
might
don't want to ruin that couch having it outside.
between that and like we pulled apart the boat motor a bit yesterday, Clint and I, trying to get the boat motor going. I got a lot on my hands. Things to do, boys.
Things to do. Well, we could just pull out the fucking seating and table and put the couch in.
Oh, that's easy. There's nothing to it.
Yeah, that's easy. Just to get the couch inside, right?
Yeah,
So 'cause we're gonna have to bring the couch back,
2 cubes.
take it apart, put it together.
2 cubes for kitchens.
2 cubes?
Yeah.
How many?
I don't know. We need some for the basement too. I pulled apart the storage. It's all in the spare bedroom down here.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
fucking balls deep in there.
There's records in there. Do you know you have records in there? And ancient Playboys.
Oh, that's where they went. My Playboy collection.
Yeah, I was flipping through them. I was getting nostalgic. It was like jerking off in a time machine, you know?
Yeah, fucking Drew Barrymore's in there somewhere.
Oh, I remember when she was 12 and still attractive. What happened?
Yeah, when she had that pre-bush. Oh, so
Oh,
hot.
yeah. It's good old-fashioned baldies over here.
Yeah, I used to fucking kill my dick when I was in elementary school, jerking to that.
Fire starter. That's when I realized. That's when I realized I like the crazy ones.
Yeah. Why pay for sex? It's easy.
Actually, Jordan knows my ex-wife.
Yep.
Good times.
That says a lot, that laugh.
I hear a lot of pain in that laugh.
Well,
A lot of pain
I
in it.
distinctly remember us having to sell all your stuff to someone for $1.
Good times.
For a whole $1?
What was that about? I don't remember. It sounds like something I would do, though.
That was to make sure that everything was legally Jarvis's.
Oh, yeah.
But she came after your shit.
Oh, boy, howdy did she. I was just explaining that to my my partner, Matt. We do drywalling and finishing together. And he's going through a divorce right now, and I just told him to, like, sell me all his guns. I said, sell me all your guns, bud. You just worked with me. I'll pay you $1,500 for all your guns. We'll put them in my name. And then when she like claims that you're a psychopath and abusive and violent, and they come for your guns, you say, well, I sold them like a couple months ago. No big deal. So he said, oh, that's a good idea. We'll do that. Yeah, that's a good idea. We'll do that. And every day I was like, Matt, sell me your goddamn guns. Go pick them up. Bring them to my house. And then he got access to his kids back. And that very day, his ex-wife called and said, he's a violent psychopath who uttered threats to me. And they came to his house and confiscated all his guns. Right?
Well, he's not getting that buyback money now.
Yeah, that's, you know, they you don't have to sell your guns to the government if you consider them hunting guns. That's the law. You just have to consider them hunting guns.
Yeah, at least for now, that's it still works like that.
And the wording of the law is, and you can't, something like, you can't find reasonable options to replace them or something or whatever. You don't have to sell your guns to the government. I watched a video on it and they broke down the law. It was like really stupid. Everything about this law is stupid.
Well, not to mention it's gonna get challenged before it
good
ever gets to
liberal.
the 2-year.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't have a vote on it. They just pushed it through, like they did with HST, the BC government.
Yeah, that's the problem with being in a republic
HST was a great
democracy.
thing. We should have kept that, but the way they did it, they ruined it.
Well, the whole idea that Harper was pushing is it would merge into one and then slowly lower down to 7%. Right?
Oh yeah, and you got all that money back as a company.
Yeah.
Instead of just your GST, you got both of it back as a company. It was fucking good for small business.
Yeah. But yeah, no, the whole thing has always been ludicrous in my opinion. Ever since he came out with that law, it's been fucking dumb. Now, what was that?
Where's the fourth man coming?
He texted me that he's on his way.
Yeah, because he would have left work at like
my butthole.
15, 20 after, so he should be getting home soon.
Oh, we're not 30 after yet?
That's right, Jordan. What you sent me your aspects, but I forgot them, so we're going to go for them again. Your name is something Sloan, right? Jack Sloan?
Jack Sloan.
Jack Sloan?
Jack Sloan, but it could be Slong. That's his porn name.
All right, and let's start off with your high concept.
High concept is Wizard in Hiding.
I know what happened, but my monitor's on 4K on both sides. It should be 1080p.
All right, and then your troubled aspect is?
White Court Pawn.
Okay. All right. So your background aspect is?
Loyal to the court.
Okay. Sounds like we're getting a lot of white court specific stuff. Loyal to the court.
At first. Then it changes.
What is the read what you have written down?
So I've got loyal to the court for at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Then I've got I didn't see that coming.
No. What do you have written for your background for loyal to the court?
The similar things I told you before were born to his father's mistress.
Okay.
And trained in secret up until 15, which he was sold to the court. At which point...
Did your father owe a debt?
No, he sold him 4 favors.
Volus the Viking, okay. One second, I can get a pen. I need to highlight just who's and what story so I don't get lost.
Okay.
All right. That pen is
Does my penis in your penis?
All right. So, what's your father's name?
Father's name is... Give me a second to get where I wrote it down here.
Is it Jack Slade or Jack Sloan?
My name's Jack Sloan.
All right. Why does it say Slade there then?
I'm not sure, because Slade is the first thing we all think about.
Yeah. I'm going to have to send you that story so you can read it. Slade's in it.
I know, right? So his father's name is Jonathan Krieg.
Jonathan Krieg. Where does he get the Sloan from then? His mother?
That's his mother's name.
Okay.
That way he's not connected to his father.
Krieg?
Daddy issues?
Yeah, Krieg. Actually, that's almost the exact name of one of his aspects.
Okay. So Jonathan Krieg sold you for favors. Do you know what favors he got from the White Court?
He does not know. Basically, that was the last time he'd seen his father.
When he was 15?
Yeah, when he was, he got brought for a little trip and then left there.
Daddy, no, I love you.
One favor, lots of favors?
In this situation, it would be at least 2. Because White Court would value their favors a lot high, and a wizard would fetch a fair price for it.
Dad got unknown favors, 2 favors. Jack Sloan, wizard in hiding, White Court pawn, loyal to the court. And you're loyal because...
He's mostly loyal to Lara. And since Lara is the court right now...
Lara being
Lara
Tara's Thomas's stepmother?
No, Lara is his stepsister.
Okay, so Laura Wraith.
So Jordan's the wizard?
Jordan's the wizard, yes.
Jack Sloan?
Mm-hmm.
Jack Sloan.
I'm gonna put long because it's easier to spell.
Is it though?
It's an S with long.
All right, that's true. All right, so that's one, two. That's to your background. That's your
Yep.
basic
Okay.
ones.
How to make you guys big again?
In
There
the
we go.
top right-hand corner is gallery mode. So, which you're probably in now. All right. So your background was you were sold off, and you at that time I'm assuming had minor mystical abilities. Your father being aware of it. And is wizarding a family line, or is it like Muggles and fucking wizards?
To a degree. If you had a really strong parent, you have an innate ability to harness more, but it's not a given. You have to actually flex at it.
Yeah, because I remember Dresden's dad didn't have any real magic. He was like a showman magician.
His dad didn't have the power. His mom did.
Gotcha.
That's all from Mummy Years.
Yeah, his mom was a heavy lifter in magic, and his grandfather is the Blackstaff.
Oh yeah. Okay. So rising conflict would be the next one.
Yeah, what shaped him? That's where I didn't see that coming with an eyeball eye.
Okay, because you lost an eye or something.
Yeah, because that's where while working for the court. This is before he learned to keep his mouth shut. Okay. He mouthed off to the Lord, who proceeded to backhand him.
Knocked an eye out of his head.
Superhuman strength.
Basically, yeah, crushed his orbital bone. So it's something that's not growing back. It's more or less like he's got a false in there.
Okay, that's good. I didn't see that coming. As I could just fuck you up. So great with that.
Exactly. That's what I like about it.
All right. Did you name the event?
That one didn't. I don't have a name for it yet. I just kind of had it as a basic. I didn't have names for some of them.
I guess that you have those two don't really need names. It's when you get to the story, you get like a short story name, kind of like Storm.
Give me a second here. I've got
Cursed or whatever.
Yeah, I've got that next.
Look twice before mouthing off.
Yeah. All right. So who's the first person you would cross in this story? Is that?
And that's where and that's the story.
Yeah, the story. What's your first adventure?
Yeah, phase 3, the story. I call it. For title, I called it Father Issues.
Okay.
And that's where he'd meet Jean-Paul.
Okay.
That's where he's being brought in by the Lacroix family to suss out this vampire who's been overfeeding on young children.
Okay, so that's your first story is helping find that guy.
Yeah. Basically, when he finally found the guy, like the guy preyed on his knowing he's an orphan.
Okay.
Because that's they put him in there under the whole thing of he's an orphan.
Yeah.
So the guy preyed on that, like try to be a father figure.
Yeah.
Which states to the aspect of that called father issues.
Yep.
Jack has severe rage when it comes to father figures.
Gotcha.
So he put a hurt on the guy and left him up to the family to choose what they wanted to do with him.
Sweet. Bob, what'd the family do with him?
Feeding frenzy.
Can the White Court eat their own?
Yeah.
Yes.
Until there's nothing left mentally, and then eventually death. And they got a lot to feed on because they have a demon inside.
Yes.
They got superhuman strength.
All right.
Basically, they become like a pawn, like a walking zombie for a while, and then if they just want to keep going, then
yeah. All right. So that's the story, and then the next one, phase 4. What do you have?
I call it Trouble in the Deeps.
Oh wait, what was the name of that last one? What was the phase aspect again?
Oh, Father Issues.
Okay.
So the next one, I call it Trouble in the Deeps.
Okay.
And this is where he would have met Volus.
Okay.
So you know the book White Knight, right?
Sorta.
So there's a big battle near the end of it in the deeps.
Okay.
Where they're fighting off a bunch of ghouls, and Harry has a bunch of Monoc security agents come in to help.
Okay.
So Brandon is among those soldiers.
I wouldn't imagine your character to, like I said, I mean, it's as much as you want it to be that, but I don't think traveling across borders to the States or any of that stuff is a good idea for this particular story.
Well, he's from the States.
Who is?
My
yeah.
character.
Yeah. But at this point, you'd be in Canada, right? You'd have sent to the Wraiths.
Well, the Wraiths.
Sorry, the Lacroix family.
Yeah, well, he was on loan to the Lacroix.
So you bounce back and forth from house to house?
Exactly. The Wraith is where he's specifically to.
Okay.
But he gets loaned out as like kind of a power play.
Yeah, the one thing as a GM I don't want to do is cross at all with the Dresden verse.
Oh no, like he won't
his
be
stories, his events, and the majority of his characters are there. We're gonna have our own story, our own characters. Like especially for the opening type stuff. Like I'm not gonna have the Swords of the Cross show up. I'm not going to have Harry Dresden show up and outshine all of you. There's no point in having characters that are going to outshine you to the point of meaninglessness. You are the main characters in this story. Right?
Well, the way I was setting up this was we're almost like flies in the wall to the situation.
Sure.
Because Brandon's one of their basically their troopers.
Yeah. Well,
so he could have been there for that fight.
So what I would adjust that to is while there was several attacks that went on everywhere, while maybe the Wraith family was in Kelowna, because I'm in Kelowna now, you were with them helping them in secret, and they had that attack where that like what happened in the Deeps started happening to all the major houses in that area, where they just had a bunch of ghouls ready to try and take over all the Wraith houses that were throughout the world. So just all these ghouls from you said Red Court?
No, they're just ghouls. Ghouls of their own species.
So I don't remember what the ghouls are like in Dresden at all.
They are vicious.
Because they eat meat. They're like zombies, as I recall.
They eat meat. They're fully sentient.
Okay.
They're god-awful ugly.
Okay.
Like claws, teeth. They're smart. They're fast.
Okay. So they could do like a coordinated effort to try and like take out all the important people if they wanted to?
In this situation, or the context of the other part, they were being used as pawns. So basically someone higher up got a bunch of them and basically sent them around.
Who was it that did that?
Cowell, I believe.
I don't know who that is.
He is a somewhat major player for a little while, but I think I can't remember if he gets schwacked or not. I think he gets taken out.
Yeah. All right, that's awesome. Perfect. We'll do that. While the Wraith family was visiting in Kelowna, they thought they were of it like the ghouls, and that person thought this would be a good time to try and wipe out the particular people you were with, and that's when they sent it in, and that's when you met Volus while he was in Kelowna.
Cool. Yeah, essentially for him, what it is he saw me use my abilities.
Nice.
And kept it to himself.
Yeah, I feel like for what you have and what you do, the Kelowna's good. There's like 200,000 people in Kelowna. So the remoteness of it, that it's like a lake town and yada, yada, yada. Also, the Ogopogo's here, which is a major power player for like ley lines and shit like that. So like there could be like a bid that they were doing to try and get the Ogopogo involved to give more power to the White Court. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So like you were there to see that sort of stuff kind of be, and it did work out. That part did work out in the end. They did get the power they were looking for.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right,
so that's Trouble in the Deep. And I'm gonna just
and the
same exact story, just in Kelowna.
Okay.
Sweet. I actually like that a lot better. It makes a lot.
And
more
the
sense.
the aspect I have for that one is called "I always pay my debts."
Oh, the Trouble in the Deep is not the name of it.
Well, I guess we'll call it Trouble in Kelowna.
Sure. So the aspect is called?
The aspect's called "I always pay my debts."
Barry Lannister.
Well, it's more or less to the fact of, Volus kept a secret.
Yeah, I dig it.
So, and he's the type he grew up around. You do something for one person, you got to pay that debt off.
Yep. All right. So what's your phase 5?
Phase 5, I call it bureaucracy is for the birds.
Okay. And Who's that with?
That's the story. I didn't have anyone involved in it. I couldn't think of anyone else.
Okay. I mean, you can have a same person twice if you wanted to be like, you cross Jean-Paul again if you're in Ottawa, or if you wanted to cross, or Leo.
Actually, yeah, we could easily put Jean-Paul in this one again.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
For this one, it's basically as time passes on and my skills keep growing, I get brought to more and more sit-downs.
Okay.
Just because I can use the site to see if there's any hidden aspects in the room. But I'm always kind of like, it gets to a point where I've done so many of them, I'm used to being that fly on the wall.
Fantastic.
So people don't tend not to notice me, which is why I call the aspect fly on the wall.
Fly on the wall. Trying to think how you would use that.
Disguise, stealth.
All right. You're like Drax. You're invisible.
Yeah, well, it's like Jack Reacher, when he steps back into the crowd. He's got that generic look aside from the eye.
Yeah. Well, you said you have a glass eye, right?
Yeah.
So, how would you describe your character physically? What is he? What kind of person is he?
I want to say he's like 5'8", maybe.
Which eye is your glass eye?
Left eye.
Okay. And you said 5'8"?
Yeah, he's about 5'8". He goes out of his way to dress normally in social situations.
What color are your eyes?
His eyes are hazel.
Hazel. So, and does the glass eye have the same color as your real eye?
Oh, please no.
No, I'm going with two glass eyes. He's got, he's got
So
one
he's
that's
blind?
just white. Well, no, I mean, he's got one that's white and then one that matches his eye.
So you got a backup eye in case that one gets cracked?
Yeah. At first, they kind of gave him that one, like the fancy looking glass eye one. Then he realized, like, people notice that shit. So he got a regular looking one, but he uses the other one, like, for intimidation purposes.
Cool. Fantastic. So that would be that. And fly on the wall is what is his name? Jean-Paul Lacroix.
Jean-Paul
takes you to any of this stuff. I find Jean-Paul, that character, Bob, seems to be the kind of guy who knows who to bring to situations. If that makes sense to you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. He's not the kind of guy to go in swinging. He'll have someone else swing for him.
Well, that's like general white court
attitude.
Their battle plans.
Why fight a fight when someone
Or
else
I'll
can
pray
fight
for
it
a
for
sign.
you?
I'll pray for a sign if I need to intervene. God will show me the way.
The way. This is the way.
Do you know the way?
The way.
This is the way. All right, I'm gonna grab beer. I'll be back.
Groovy.
All right, serious question. What does a Jean-Paul look like?
Oh, jeez. Standard white court vampire, medium build, 6'2", tallish, not tall. You're sideways.
Oh, there's Brandon.
There he is, and he's shaved.
Oh, world is wrong.
Hello.
What up,
What
Elmer?
happened?
What up, Elmer Fudd? I'm glad you could make it. Have you caught those wascally wabbits?
No,
How did
one got
you
away,
change the
fuck.
world like this?
Why you
One
sideways?
got away.
Yo, Negro, you sideways. Why you coming at
Yes,
me
I
all
know I'm
fists?
sideways.
Don't throw those fists at me. Come at me straight, bro. Why you got your fists up?
Because my fucking charge cable is in.
There we go. Better.
Oh, he's plugged right in. He's augmented.
Well, yeah, I don't want it to fucking die.
So Jean-Paul is average. He's French.
Average, pretty, yeah. French man, longish hair, shoulder length, Blue eyes.
Dark hair?
Dark hair. Better write this down myself, eh?
Yeah. Blue eyes. And as I recall, White Court can be out during the day. They're basically human.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically
They're a
human.
bit- Aren't they weaker in the daylight though?
I
It's
don't recall.
an aggravation, I think.
Yeah, as long as there's hot girls around I can feed off of, it's fine.
I feel like the internet lied to me, or at least a person on I think Cindy got a hold of Leo's character or his cell phone and was like, he don't do this today. Not today. Because there he is wanting to log in. Leo!
There's Alfred too.
That's Alfred.
Where'd Alfred come from?
That's Alfred. That's Leo.
Oh, where's Brandon then? He's gone.
Brandon's Volus and apparently gone.
He's
I'm
down there.
still
at the
here.
other side.
I'm still here.
Someone's muted. Alfred Bauer, also known as Leo, is muted.
I see Brandon's iPhone is not logging on.
No, I'm still here. It's just I'm looking at a different screen right now. I'm looking at the conversation Jordan and I had earlier about our characters.
Oh, yeah, we had to switch that slightly. It happened in Kelowna, not the actual groups.
I can see it. He says, "Hi, everyone. I can listen. I'm just busy." So he's going to listen in.
I can't. Oh, at the very bottom there. I see.
Well, then. He'll be here in spirit, then.
Jordan, what's your character's name again?
Jack Sloan.
Excellent.
Wow, dramatic camera movement, Bob. Slow
That's
pan.
the table, eh? It's a table.
Oh, dramatic pan.
Up.
Dramatic pan down.
I mean, just step out for a second, gentlemen.
That's funny.
My zooming device. Vagina.
All right. So now we're here with Volus Thorbjornsson.
Thorbjornsson.
Could you add enough consonants and vowels into that one there then yet?
Well, the thing is that there's a family in town now that's called Thorbjornsson, and they've got this like huge fucking. They're basically someone told me that they're part of the some Swedish mafia or something like that.
And you don't have any mugs.
Nope, but there is a beer in there with your name in it.
Oh.
Yeah, the
Was it
Thor
Becky?
Shadows one.
Oh.
That black ale.
I'm gonna go with the Clamato, but thank you. I don't think I could Clamato that one.
No, that would be death.
That would be. Yeah, that'd be just dump everything in the toilet, right?
Yep. I apologize, Brandon. I tried to get a better webcam, but instead I'll have to settle for a USB plugged into a potato.
I really don't need to see you in any higher depth than I already do.
I know, I look better the blurrier I am. That's why I do so well at the bars. They're like, he's handsome. I can hardly see his defining features.
I didn't care much for the beard, but I look fucking plain Jane without it now.
Yeah.
I started shaving around the neck area last night just to clean it up, and I went too high and it looked fucking weird. So I'm like, well, it's all gotta go now.
Now I gotta grow it in all evenly now.
Yeah, I've already had one or two women complain. Well, not complain, but they look very unhappy about it.
Your mom doesn't count.
No.
Mom, want to play games?
My
Give me a
mom
long
says
mom.
I'm cool. Actually, my mom calls me an idiot more than anything. So.
All right,
Oh, that's love.
let's start with a couple of things and go from those things to other things. All right, there, laddie. We're gonna start with,
Drop me pencil.
and we're gonna go with what does Volus look like? Hair color, height, eye color.
I want to go with the stereotypical Viking, tall, broad-shouldered, long blonde hair, braided kind of thing.
Okay.
Big fucking muscles. Put your fucking head up with one hand.
Beard
Put you on
for
a
days.
But I don't know. I don't think I want to go with the like
We
big,
call this a
brawny,
girl's
like
beard.
fucking mountain man kind of look. I think I want to go more mid-range.
Braided beard.
Did you watch the first episode of Vikings?
I have not.
I was gonna say you could look like Ragnar.
Ragnar.
Yeah, he's got that look.
I'm-
He's got the sides shaved of his head, like he shaves the sides, like he does an undercut.
almost like a mohawk kind of thing.
Yeah, but not like the mohawk's very thin. The undercut comes to just above the temples. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
So
I think you go
Okay.
Magnet's brother.
oh, Rolo. Yeah, Rolo's
A
a
little bit
big
bigger.
monster of a dude.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to go with the big monster look. I think I might want to go just like maybe 180 pounds.
Ooh, that's
No
too
Viking
thin.
180.
That's emaciated. I'm like 220.
Yeah, that'd be a skinny ass Viking. I
I'm-
think the 250.
I'm 330, so
Like
Yeah.
I'm pretty fit and I'm still 220.
okay. So let's
Brandon,
go.
He was thinking like this.
Yeah, that's
What are you saying?
that's Ragnar right there.
Yeah, okay, yeah, we can go with that.
Yeah, he's a very clean looking fellow. You know what I mean?
Also has pretty blue eyes.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
He looks like he's like weight wise, he's probably somewhere in the neighborhood of like I'd almost put him at like 2.
Oh, that guy's easily 250. Easily. He's like all muscle. He's not a thin, wispy dude. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Well, 2's on the low end of what I'm thinking for him.
Yeah. Like
It's just
if
for
you
his size, I know he's not too much fire.
Benedict Cumberbatch is a thin dude. He's thin and tall, and he weighs like 200 pounds. Just keep that in mind.
Yeah, but he's also got muscles too.
Yeah,
Doesn't look it, but he's got it.
Yeah, and this guy, like, if you're working for Monoc, you're gonna be more built than Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah, see,
Fair enough.
the
Okay,
guy
so-
in the picture there, Ragnar, he's built for practical fighting as opposed to
Mm-hmm.
possible fighting.
He's very fast.
Someone who's been fighting with swords on his feet.
Yeah. 110
Someone meant for
pounds.
close combat.
Yeah, he's shield wall, push people forward with the shield wall, make room. Like, he blasts through other people's, like, spear walls all the time with his shield. So, like, yeah. All right, so we'll go... Are we going low end 200, or are we going mid 200? What are we doing? We'll go 250 because we can.
Oh, no, there we go.
Blonde,
I accidentally muted myself.
bearded. And you said blue eyes. They actually, in that show, rotoscope his eyes to be even bluer than his eyes really are. Like, they make him have such fucking blue eyes in that show.
Better. I got rid of Alfred.
All right. So, let's start off with your high concept aspect.
High concept aspect. So, our new field agent.
New field agent. Field agent.
But still a very old dude.
You know, dude's been around. He's done various jobs and finally decided to be an actual agent recently.
He's
Yeah,
gone
like
from being a grunt to a.
Yeah, I've been a
you've read the
hired
books, right?
gun.
Yeah, you've just never
Yeah.
committed. You've just never committed to Monoc security specifically.
He's
No, like
gone from
I-
being a shock troop to guard.
Yeah, like I've done the guard duty. I've done the, just go point me at like a gun and I'll fucking shoot it.
Yeah.
Tell me to guard this person and I'll give me the specifics of what I need to do and I'll fucking do it. But the field agent is the one who is told to basically like go out. This is your main objective. Do it however you can. Think on the field. Think on your feet. Report back if there's any changes. If there's any.
And you've very much been set. Oh, one of the things we were talking about is prior to 2014, your character would have been traveling around, and there's a crossing you have with Jordan's character that I adjusted ever so slightly. So the one he has.
Yeah, because he was talking about the fight in the deeps.
Yeah. So
that's what he was talking about earlier.
Yeah. So I had said I didn't want it to be too specific to any one Dresden event, because then we start crossing into like overshadowed by other like Dresden big hitters. So I said there would have been a similar attack where Laura Wraith, hypothetically Laura Wraith, or some of the Wraith family had been sent to Kelowna.
Is everyone leaving?
Right?
Oh, no, we're just starting.
Oh.
So
mute.
Yeah, they can hear you.
Sorry, she's
mute.
Mute your side while you're chatting.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Hey, Courtney. Courtney. Fuck you.
He says, fuck you, Courtney.
Not me. Not me.
No, this
Brandon.
guy.
Mom says swear word.
All right. So, what we were talking about is that he had been sent to. So this would have been pre 2014 when this Dresden book. Turncoat is what, the 8th book, 9th book? I can't even remember. Anyway, so they go every year progressively. I looked up the Dresden story. They all move progressively by the year. So we'll say 2008, you bumped into Jordan in Kelowna and the Wraith family. That's when they got attacked by ghouls, and you know who he is.
Okay.
So that story, you can either do the opposite side of it with a different phase aspect name, or you can have your own story where you cross with someone else. It's up to you.
No, I'm okay with that. Met in Kelowna.
Yeah.
2008, you said, or
Yeah.
anytime after 2008?
2008.
Okay, 2008. Met in Kelowna. We fought white vampires.
Ghouls.
Fought ghouls. Okay.
Yeah. So, in that aspect, you'd pick a different aspect name than his. He has, I always pay my debts. So you would have a different one that you'd be able to use. That's kind of reflective of your personality, the lesson you learned, whatever, right? My hair is a mess.
Okay. I have to figure out what kind of lesson I would learn from that.
Well, we'll hash that out right now. So the lesson you could have learned is not everything is what it seems, right? So you could use that for notice or whatever. Notice checks, but friends in low places, that could come up as a different thing. But that's not 100% specific to this story. It's, Bob, if you have any suggestions of what a good aspect name would be for this.
I was kind of zoned out. I missed it. You mean the gist of the story again?
Yeah, so they met in Kelowna. He found out that Jordan is actually a wizard in hiding, so he's keeping Jordan's secret.
So I owe him a debt.
Yeah.
It gets well kept.
Yeah.
It's an honor thing.
By my honor.
If he wants to make it back,
name. By my honor.
That works.
And not B-U-Y, not B-U-Y, B-Y.
You know what? We were fighting the ghouls, and one of them had me, and he saved me.
Okay.
So in return, I don't tell anyone that he's a wizard.
Yep, that's the story. The phase aspect would be a saying reflective of your personality or a lesson you learned. So
okay, so what do I call the phase aspect again?
So
in my honor, on my.
So this is what. Okay, so we're going to. I'm going to ask you a bunch of stupid questions. Okay. Do you have any phase aspects written out yet?
So phase aspects have specific names, so you don't just make them up, right?
No, you make them up. 110% you make up a phase aspect name. This game is a story form, free form sort of thing. So
okay, so
he has that one he did with Jean Paul.
Yeah, we'll come up to that. Okay, yeah.
Well, I have the one with Alfred Bauer, hired gun, accompanying field agent, investigating help. Fight the Blackened Denarius.
Yeah, so you had the Blackened. That would be the story title, guest starring Alfred, and then the phase aspect would be a lesson you learned. It'd be something to that effect, right?
Okay.
I can hear an eraser going.
Yeah, that's me. Okay.
So for that,
and so the coin and I helped defeat the Blackened Denarius and sent the coin, and I brought the coin to Monoc.
So we're going to adjust that one even more because that's where the story is going to open up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that would be phase 5 for you, if it's anything. Basically, who else's path have you crossed? We'll keep it where it is.
Okay. Well, where would I put Jordan's then? Because I wrote him in phase 5.
So Jordan's would be phase 2.
Okay.
Nope. Phase 3.
Phase 3.
Yeah.
Okay. That's awesome, actually. Because each of those stories, the story with Alfred Bauer, I have written in phase 3, and Jordan I have written in phase 5. So I'll just switch those later. And then I've got the one with John Paul, Blood Brothers, in phase 4.
And Blood Brothers is the name of the story, not the aspect.
Yes. Right.
Right. So in that one, what is that story even? Blood brothers. Oh, he
all I
helped
have-
you. You helped him regain his faith. So that would be a mentor in times of need.
That's the phase aspect.
Yeah, it'd be the phase aspect would be something like some wisdom type statement or rebuilding of faith or unlikely father or something to that sense.
Cool would be something like the fact he's a steadfast in his belief.
Oh yeah, steadfast faith maybe.
Because Brandon would always be reminded of his faith because he's literally works for his God.
Yeah. Yeah, you've got faith like a pillar. Oh, that's a great one. Faith like a pillar.
Faith like a pillar. Got it.
Yeah. Yeah, you believe in Odin in a way no one could ever compromise. So that's actually really, really good. Faith like a pillar as your phase aspect.
I've spoken to my God. I've met my God. I've spoken to him personally.
It's
and
more
yet
than
I still
that.
claimed
You've
it.
sat down, drank coffee, and been given missions by him on a regular basis.
Mead,
my friend.
Mead.
Yes.
No, I just keep. I was thinking of that opening scene in Dogma.
Yeah.
So I can't believe you. Let me get this straight. You are an angel. You have met God. You have spoken to. He has spoken to you personally.
Oh yeah.
And I just heard you claiming to be an atheist. Man, I just love fucking with the clergy.
All right, so we have faith like a pillar. That's Jean Paul's. That's 3, 4, or 5.
I have that written down in 4.
4. Faith like a pillar.
Okay, we don't have a phase aspect name for the Alfred Bauer. We're at the Blackened Denarius coin.
All right.
Blackened is the story title. I don't have a phase
That's
aspect.
right. So.
And where is it that I put down how much of a bonus I get to this?
So there's no
Or do
bonus.
you-
So what happens is in the story, there's a situation and things have gone completely sideways. You've rolled, you've done terrible, right?
Okay.
And you go, I have you roll on discipline or something, and you roll low. So you say, but I have faith like a pillar. And I go, and you apply that. You use one of your fate points, which you have available, and you can either re-roll or add +2 to it.
Oh, okay.
To shift it into a better position, right?
Okay, so it doesn't have any. It doesn't have any specific bonuses, but I can use it to basically. I can use it to save my ass.
Yeah, or there could be a situation where someone's talking shit, where you're in a church and someone's talking about about God, and you're like not saying anything. Maybe you're as a player you're not paying enough attention. I go, hey, you need to go over there and tell them Santa's real, They're doubters, right? So I can give you a fate point, and you got to go over there and kind of role play for the party what you say to them. At which point I have kind of something in my head, depending on how well you do playing this scene, right?
You're waiting for this to happen, aren't you?
Yeah, it's just scenes like that. That's the kind of stuff that this game's about. Is kind of being funny, laughing, moving a story forward, right?
Some big Viking walks up to a little kid. I heard you talking shit.
Heard you talking shit about my God.
He knows you're awake.
I've seen him slay the innocent.
Yeah. All right, so
He knows you're awake right now. You know that.
all right, so
He knows what you're saying.
Faith Like a
little
Pillar
boy.
is the one with Jean Paul Lacroix. So then the one with Leo's the Blackened, which is going to be the opening point of the story. So I'm going to kind of suggest one because this is where the story is going to start. Is you were there with Leo's character Alfred. You called in Alfred, and Alfred's responds with that he knows what's going on, and he has a good idea who this could be, but he can't help you right now. If you've got anyone you can call, maybe call them up now, because this is bigger than you and him.
Oh, so we're adding another person into this,
right? So at this is knows when to take advice or something to that effect. Got the right people on my Rolodex. Because what's going to happen with this is as the story starts...
Well connected,
yeah. Well connected. So the phase aspect is called well connected. And at this point, you call Jean-Paul, and Jean-Paul's... You're visiting at that time, Jordan. And he calls and says, hey, we got to go downtown. Basically, this is the kind of inciting incident to the story. This is where everything would begin. Is going down to the Silver Dollar to see what the fuck is going on.
Okay, so Alfred and I are already there. I call in John Paul.
No, Alfred's
Oh,
not there. You know
Alfred
Alfred's.
told you about it.
Yeah, you know
Oh,
Alfred's in
Alfred.
town. Alfred called you.
Okay.
So Alfred hasn't joined you yet. He just either texted you or gave you a shout, and he's just like, "There's a lot going on already. I can't be there. Can you go look at this thing?"
Okay, and then I call in John Paul.
Yeah, he's just
And
like, it's
then-
much bigger, and he's like, "Does hellfire mean anything to you?"
And yes, it does.
Yeah. So,
And then when we get there, Jack is already there.
well, Jack would show up with Jean Paul.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Right. So we're gonna put that moratorium for the moment. That one's
What
called
kind of
well
weapons
connected.
does Jack carry on him at all times? Daggers, swords,
I've got a knife that he keeps on him.
a knife.
A knife, and he carries around a white cane.
Just one knife.
One knife, one white cane.
All right.
He's not a fighter.
All right. So then that's the Leo one, well connected. All right.
I
And
break people.
so then the one. So we jump on. So what's the one before? What did we give the phase aspect to the one when you're in Kelowna?
The phase aspect when I was in Kelowna
Yeah.
was on my honor.
On my honor. All right, that's pretty good. Now I just need new field agent. What's your trouble? That's the Tilly Faye and the Gilly Farton.
Pissed
right?
off Gilly Farton, yeah.
Yeah, so Gilly Farton, you're going to change Gilly Farton to Tilly Faye. Gilly Farton's a specific person.
Tilly Faye?
Tilly Faye, yeah. The Welsh ones.
The Welsh. Pissing off the Welsh.
Yeah. So pissed off Tilly Faye.
Is that Tillfea?
Yeah.
Or FAE?
Let's go with that.
So that's the group of Fae, not just a specific entity.
Yeah.
Not the Fae. Fae.
Yeah, they're the
Their breed.
Yeah. And that's the
Gotcha.
the troubled aspect is also kind of like you owe them a favor too, isn't it? No,
Yeah.
that is your rising conflict, is it not?
Rising conflict.
Phase two.
I wrote Monoc training as my rising conflict. I guess that doesn't make any sense.
No. So
Binds the sins before me.
it's a good one. All right.
So then that would be well because
So that's
the
your
whole
troubled
the whole
aspect.
problem. The whole point of me pissing off the Tilly Fae was because I destroyed one of their altars while I was out Viking before I died. And so
Sure.
they're kind of pissed off at me. I desecrated it or
Is that
something.
what
Like
you
I
have
pissed
for
on it
your?
or something.
Is that what you have for your background?
Well, yeah, that was the whole point of the troubled aspect. Like I was out pillaging and whatnot, and I came across one of their shrines or whatever in one of the villages, and I fucking just
Desecrated it.
Desecrated it, defiled it, probably took a shit or something in the wrong spot,
Okay, so
and then I died, and it was like, oh, they're all pissed off at me now. But I went to Valhalla, and they couldn't touch me. But they don't fucking forget.
yeah. Okay, all right. All right, okay. Okay, all right. All right, okay. So, we have your high concept aspect is new Monoc field agent. Your troubled aspect is something we should probably adjust ever so slightly because that's too specific. Your troubled aspect should be something about your personality. Maybe you aim to please a little too much for Odin. Maybe you're a little too Viking in the modern era. Right?
I want to pillage a little more than I should.
Yeah, raping and pillaging is not really liberal.
No, especially the rape doesn't go over well these days.
Can't rape the willing.
Can't find the willing,
Hmm.
so
I
rape
don't
the
know.
rest.
So rape the, rape's not funny unless you're raping a clown. Woo!
That's tragically funny.
That's tragically funny. All right. Troubled aspect. Man out of his time. Man out of time.
Yeah, okay.
Because you spend a lot of time in
Racer goes.
Valhalla, so things change. You know.
Yeah. Man out of time.
Yeah, that'll be a fun one for me to play with because I could be like, "You're not used to this type of cell phone. You're used to flip phones."
Yeah.
Well, we hung out in 1600, so or
Yeah.
the 1700s. So he's been back and forth.
Yeah, he's constantly back and forth out of Valhalla doing jobs and doing random stuff, right? So that's actually a really good one, Man Out of Time. Of time. And then your background aspect would be died while crossing the Tilly Faye. So now
Tell
that
me, he has
makes
a pink
sense.
Motorola phone.
This way we're not doubling up on the same concept, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Faye's aspect is pissed off Tilly Faye. All right, we just have one aspect left to work out, and that's your rising conflict. Who were the prominent people in your life? Do you have enemies, close and fast friends? How did your high concept and trouble aspect shape you and the events around you? What were the most significant choices you made? What lessons did you learn from those past? Like, this would be like, as I was doing with Bob, this is like the tragic backstory type stuff.
Okay. I haven't really thought of too much of what he was like when he was alive.
Well, even your tragic backstory could start from the moment you died. Right?
Because my life as a Viking was pretty normal up to that point.
That's right.
for a Viking.
Yeah.
He gets stabbed. There's the scratch of the thing.
He sees the Valkyrie come down. They rise him up. He goes, "Bitches, get off me! Who you think you are?" They drop him. He has to walk to Valhalla.
Bitch, who do you think I am?
Hey, Justin.
Yeah.
One quick change I want to make because you were telling me to actually have a thaumaturgy.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get rid of my power bonus for air.
Okay.
And take conjuration thaumaturgy.
And what does that do?
I can make shit.
Make shit in what sense?
Well, specifically, I can conjure a sword.
See, that's very useful now. If you're out with someone and you go through metal detectors, you're with like Jean-Claude or whatever, and someone needs a weapon, all of a sudden out of nowhere, you can do that. You are a secret weapon.
After sundown, or after sunrise the following day, that weapon disappears.
Mm-hmm. So no trace weapon to be found, no fingerprints to be had. Okay.
It's probably going to be something like a rapier, isn't it?
It's whatever type of sword I want to use.
Swords have a +2 weapon bonus.
Yeah, swords, axes. Basically, it's conjuring a weapon.
Yeah. All right. So which one are we changing? Oh, your character-wise, that's not an aspect thing.
Yeah, it's not an aspect. So it's just I'm just wanted to make sure I can mark it on my sheet without causing any problem.
Yeah. Are you leaving, Leo? See you guys next week. I'm recording it, so we can give you the update, or you can watch it later. It's really up to you, bud. All right. So we just got one left, and we're ready. Then we're ready to rock and or roll. So that would be your phase 2, Rising Conflict.
Okay. Okay.
Will we just leave these over until tomorrow, or do you need that to start?
Talking to me or him?
Yeah, we just need it to start because it could be used during the game at any point, right? So he's underpowered if he doesn't have it where everyone else does.
I can live with that for tonight.
Sure. All right. If you're fine with that, then that's good.
I know that's eating away at you, but if we want to get this moving, it's going to take me a bit to figure this out.
No, we just went through 4 of the 5 in about 30 minutes, so that's not too bad. But I feel you're right. I don't want to make people sit too quietly for too long, you know what I mean? I totally agree. All right. So, you find yourself in Ottawa, and we're going to actually do a bit of a rewind. And you're sitting in the Silver Dollar, and by you, I mean there are 3 bodyguards sitting in the Silver Dollar. It is May the 12th. It's a Thursday. It's a slow night at the Silver Dollar. Candy Lane's on the stage dancing away, and you're with your guy Rocco. Right? You've been hired, the three of you, to be there as bodyguards. Rocco's a well-known...
I'm a bodyguard?
Yeah, this is an opening scene.
Yeah, we're not playing us. We're playing...
bodyguards.
Generic people.
Yeah. So, each of you has one aspect. Something like, I carry the gun, I'm the strong guy, I'm the guy who
I carry the gun.
Out. Okay, Bob is, I carry the gun.
I'll try not to shoot anybody I know.
All right. What's your aspect, Jordan, as a bodyguard?
Big schlong.
Weary.
Weary? So you got that weary eye.
You know, almost paranoid.
Strong silent type, maybe?
Sweet. All right, and you're strong silent type, Brandon, or what are you? Something else? What are you? What's your aspect?
Oh, I kind of want to be the small, mouthy guy.
Oh, he's the lip.
You're the lip. All right, so you're going to be the lip, so you stand beside Rocco. All right. You guys know that there's a big thing going on. Your boss has been involved in a lot of shipping and receiving lately in Ottawa. There's been a lot of action, particularly action from across the ocean in China. So as of recently, there's an item, and it's going to be shown in one of the back rooms, one of the private rooms behind the kitchen at the Silver Dollar. Now, you've been here lots of times before. You know the girls quite well. But this time feels a little different. Do you have your hand up, Bob? Are you asking a question?
No, I'm turning the volume up so I can hear you better.
Okay. And this time, it's going to be a little different. Rocco seems a little nervous. He's got a lot of money on this plate. He's had a $500,000 briefcase put together. And you guys have all been instructed in the value of this for him to purchase this item. All right. You're at the strip club. Girls dancing. Where are you guys all situated?
Are we?
Is anyone outside?
Do we all have to? We're all standing next to each other, right?
No, you could be next to each other. One guy could be outside waiting for the correspondent to arrive. Some of you could be checking the back rooms. You could just be doing whatever.
I'd be checking around the back rooms because I'm weary, so I'd want to be making sure that all the entrances are covered. We're not going to have anyone that's uninvited showing up.
All right,
I'm wandering around with the lip, making sure he doesn't cause an unnecessary fight.
Fantastic. Rocco's
I was going to be hanging out at the bar.
Fantastic. Rocco is going to be wherever the lip is.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to do a notice check for everyone. So if you don't have notice as a skill, it's a 0 bonus.
Are we using our skills?
No,
I got presents.
We'll use whatever. No, we'll use the average. If you want your character to be good at notice, it can be. So you could have up to a plus.
How long are we going to play these characters for? Is this just a one-off
This
thing?
is a scene, literally.
So yeah, let's just go with a 0 on these because 0 is average, and these are just body arrows.
These are humans.
Nothing special.
So give me a
0.
You got a 0?
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I balanced it perfectly.
Perfect. What about you, Brandon?
I rolled a 2.
You rolled a 2?
Are we rolling 20s? D20s?
Do you not have
Brandon,
the...
These are the dice I gave you, remember?
Oh, those things.
You...
Fuck. James was playing with them yesterday. I don't know where he put them.
There goes a natural 20.
Do you want me to roll for you?
Please.
All right, you balance out to a perfect 0.
Sweet.
Yeah, so that's it's mediocre. And give me a roll there, Bubbo.
Sure.
Bubbo Ganoush.
I got whatever plus is to aim, not notice.
Sure.
I got -3.
Nice.
I got a lip balm down
Fantastic.
in my couch.
So you guys are doing...
I got a chat.
Yeah, you guys are doing as expected. Who's outside? Is anyone outside at the front?
Jordan wasn't he?
No, I'm checking the back.
Yeah, Jordan's in the back.
We're at the bar.
Jean-Paul.
Yeah, we're...
So not Jean-Paul, but Bob. He'd be at the bar. He would have just come in. He did his check. Didn't see anything. You didn't see anything. Right? And you're also... The lip is right beside Rocco at the Sniffer's Row at the strip club. So
Yeah.
yeah, right at the stage. That's when the door opens and you see a man walk in. Large man, dark hair, wide jaw, suit. Too big to be just a normal person. He looks like he's of some Norwegian descent or another. And he walks in with what looks like a giant case. This massive case that's about half the size of a man and just as thick, a foot thick. And he looks around, and there's this wispy girl behind him who walks in with a certain confidence that you expect from, a person in this sort of situation walking into a club with a man like him. She's not worried. Why would she?
Mm.
And the large man walks over straight to Rocco. What do you guys do? I'm assuming you've rejoined.
I'm in the back still, so I'm checking all that shit out.
You're watching the back door?
Well, I'm checking the back rooms, so I assume it's going to take more than a few minutes.
This is as happened. So you've done your circle. You could be back if you want. You can join the scene now. Walk in.
I'll step to intervene so he doesn't walk directly up to you.
Nice. Roll a presence for me.
-2.
-2. He smiles at you and goes, "You're not Rocco."
No, sir. But in meetings, it's commonplace to have a buffer. At least until introductions.
You interject?
I interject at this point.
Okay.
Hey, big guy, what you doing? You think you can just walk in here and start bossing people around?
Roll a rapport. Oh, I'll roll
I think
that.
Brandon should get a bonus on this one.
I'll give him a bonus of +2.
So I'm rolling a d20 for this?
No. Everything is 4-sided dice, dude.
Everything is this. Okay.
So you get a +2. You got a -1. You balance out to 1. That's an average. He smiles, that big grin, and you notice something. He's got sharp bear-like teeth. This huge grill to him. And even
I asked Mr. Rocco for direction.
As a quick off thing for the character.
Yeah.
Are our characters clued in to any of the weird shit?
Give me a lore roll.
-1.
So you've been clued in, but you don't know who this is per se. You know this is the contact. You know the supernatural is the thing he's been dealing with. In fact, you know the item is supernatural in some way.
Well, what I mean is, would this bodyguard that have ever seen any shit?
No, you've been told it exists though. You've been informed for this job.
The second I see the teeth, it feels like it's that moment of not enough money, and he just out of the way.
You just leave at shaved teeth.
He's stepping. He looks to Rocco, and it's like, you don't pay me enough for this.
Rocco gives you and he does fairly well. He gets a +2 for his rapport to you.
Okay.
So there's a bit of confidence he gives you. You would have taken like a minor sort of like, what's it called, consequence if you had like just left, but it's not a big deal either way. He actually just by his role he dissuaded any minor consequence you would have gotten from that intimidation.
Okay.
So you're still good in this sense. So you step out of the way, and the large man goes over and puts the thing down right in front of Rocco. Right? Which he opens up, and it's an axe. It is a ancient, carved, beautiful axe made of some sort of metal that you've just never seen. In the low lights in the strip club, it shines in a way that is unearthly.
Boss, look at that. You ever seen nothing like that before?
He says,
I think my gun could fire faster than that.
He smiles at you and goes, maybe it could. He says, but do you have what I want? Rocco takes up the briefcase and puts it on the table. The man looks at the briefcase, reaches for it, and then steps back and says, how do I know you're not in with them? I've seen a lot of them this week. They've been coming over on the boats, messing with my people, messing with my girl here. The stripper stops. The music, Aerosmith's Dream On, cuts out. And he stands up to his full height, towering at 6'9". And he says, "How do I know you're not trying to fuck me right now?" And Rocco says, "Well, open the case and you'll find out." You guys want to do anything?
Nothing to do with us.
As a note of where I'm standing.
Okay.
When he opens that case, I want to make sure that it's facing on the other side of it. In case it's a bomb.
In case it
Stand
blows.
beside Rocco.
But for that big case that he left open with the axe in it, is the handle coming towards me or away from me?
You'd be adjacent to it, so you'd be at head side of it. Like
Okay,
if it's
so
like here and it opens like that, Rocco's here, you're here, the big guy's here, because you moved out of the way, so it'd be lit.
Yeah.
And then I'm assuming I carry the gun. It's just still by the bar, kind of listening in, just out of the distance of being like
Just behind
attacked.
Rocco's shoulder.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I wanted to see if I was worst case scenario. I grabbed that axe, but it does not sound like that's an option.
And the girl goes, "What's to stop us from just taking the axe too? Why should we give you this and take the money and not just kill you all right here?"
Listen, sweetheart, I don't know who the hell you think you are, but you can't just come in here and start threatening us like this.
Roll
Okay.
a rapport for me.
Roll a rapport for me.
Yes. Mediocre. Well, at that point, she starts laughing, and the one guy pushes Rocco over. The girl grabs the axe and the briefcase.
I started opening fire.
Oh, that's awesome.
Actually, if she starts going for the briefcase with the axe,
Do I need
could
to
I
roll?
slam that blade on her hand?
Yeah.
And I started
Yeah,
firing.
absolutely. Absolutely. Roll a straight roll.
-2.
-2.
It's almost like you're NPCs right now. Good job, guys.
I know, right?
You're playing it perfect. At which point, the big guy begins to shapeshift. His cheekbones expand. His mouth comes out forward. His brow slopes. His ears move back. He snarls and grabs at Rocco and pushes him to the ground. All right.
Holy shit!
One of you has... I carry the guns. That's you, Bob, right?
I'm already open fire. I'm open firing.
So, roll again for the opening fire.
Again? All right.
And you can add a +2 to whatever you roll.
+2.
So you got a 4 or just flat?
Just +2.
Sweet. You hit him.
Can my character have a pair of silver brass knuckles just in case, just as
Sure.
a gift that he got?
Sure. That's a +1.
I slip them on.
Sweet. All right. He says, "You dare mess with Yagway," and just fucking goes crazy. Right? So you fire at him. That knocks him off Rocco. Rocco gets up and begins moving back and out of the way. All right. So your fire works, does really good, your gunfire. But
Someone grab the case while
you're just
firing?
like, "Rah!" But the girl has the case and the money, and she seems to be heading out the back.
All right. Well, time to
So
earn
by the
my
back, I mean
pay.
the door they came in, not the back door.
Yeah, time to earn my
Go
pay.
for headshot.
I'm since I'm a bodyguard.
Yep.
I would have been like a football player in my youth.
Okay.
So I'm gonna tackle her right at the back of the knees,
Okay. Go for it.
Oakland Raider style. Ooh, here we go. 4.
That's not bad. That's actually not bad. She got a 6. So you come up to like tackle her and you catch her and it stops. Do you want to add weary? I'll let you use weary and add a +2 to equal with a consequence.
Okay.
All right. So you tackle her and you take her down with the case. And what's the consequence? What do you think would be the negative on this?
Case goes flying.
Yeah, we definitely lose track of the case.
Oh,
Like
the
in a
case
strip club?
goes flying.
Yeah,
And
like it's among like patrons now.
the higher this roll is, the farther away from you it is.
Years.
Ooh, it's a 0. So it's actually within reach to possibly grab. All right, who's getting Rocco the fuck out of this dead zone?
Me.
I am.
You
No,
are?
I was already firing. I was already shooting over him.
So it'd be the lip.
The-
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
The
so
lip is
roll. I'm going to roll for you, Brandon, because you don't have dice. Let's see how quickly you
I
get
have
them.
Jordans, but I don't know where my kid put them. I gotta look for them.
Do you have a D8?
I've been looking. I have a D8.
I want a D8.
Yeah. So it's a D8 minus 4 is what you're rolling.
D8 minus 4. Okay. So 7 minus 4 is 3.
Yeah, not bad. All right, so you got a 3 to get him out. You get him towards the back door. You move from one zone to the next, and you successfully get him out when you hear it. The whooshing air moving on the inside as the whole place ignites. You see the windows explode. The cooks are freaking out. You see Candy Lane, the stripper, just barely escaping. The place is ablaze. You from the back and the out jump into Rocco's vehicle, and you drive. You just drive back to Barhaven.
Am I dead?
Yes.
Well, we got hellfired.
Oopsie doodle.
I'm pretty confident when you shot that one guy.
Yeah, and he
He went
started
ape.
shape-shifting into a bear man thing. All right, so that ends that scene.
Okay.
Now Volus has received a phone call 2 days later. It's May the 13th, 2016. It's a Friday. The previous night was a quarter moon.
Trump is still alive.
Trump is running for president in the United States. Justin Trudeau's in power, and people think he's the best thing in the world on TV. And generally,
He's got nice hair.
Canada's a great place, except for this undercurrent, this subtle undercurrent of the paranormal that seems to be building up in the nation's capital. Brandon, Volus, you've been sent there. You've been sent there for about a year because of this undercurrent, this ley line that's been building and pumping with power. The White Courthouse has been growing. There's been reports and reports of the Black Court in Vanier. Not to mention the White Court having a huge house settled in the Byward Market. 150 people in that house involved in the church in the surrounding areas. It's a big deal. It's the kind of thing Monoc Securities would want to have intel on. Jordan, your character, Jack, you've been there for a few months. You've been sent to and spend time with JP.
Okay.
JP has specifically requested you. That was just when he got that guy needed to be killed, I guess. When did that happen?
Well, that was years ago.
Years ago. Okay, so
To me, it'd be years. To him, it'd be like, a couple of minutes.
So you've been requested and you've been sent in because just recently children have been going missing. And JP has been very curious because of what happened last time if there might be some weird connection. Kids go missing in the Byward Market. Could be Black Court. Could be a serial killer. Could be anything. But JP's not, and his house is not one to let stuff like that slide. They control this town. They run the Byward Market. That sort of stuff's important to know. And if it's one of his own people, he'll settle it himself. Right?
No women, no kids.
They'll pay before Christ.
Yeah. They'll pay before Christ. So, right now, the major...
Sinner.
Just keep in mind, the major aspects for the city, if I have them here already, are... That's troubles. There it is. The aspects for the city are everyone is a lawyer or politically biased. So that's welcome to the capital aspect. The next aspect is a study in Verdant. And the third aspect is the silver lining, right? The silver lining you just got introduced to. That's a story that's probably going to need to be sorted out. A study in Verdant, I'm not going to tell you what the thing is until you come across it. And everyone is a lawyer or a politically biased. It's just, that's a theme for Ottawa. The Ottawa has that sort of theme. So
Okay.
But
Very
there's
black theme.
yeah, there's a secret theme as well that you might uncover at some point. Well, if we do, we do. If we don't, we don't.
Okay.
So you two have gotten the call. On the flip side,
The Volus tonight?
Bob, Jean-Paul recently because he's been pushing and pushing and pushing against his own family about like what the rules are. The rules matter unless we want the Fae coming down on us because they're gonna fuck us up. We have to follow the rules.
The whole Trump thing. I've been out with the family because
That's right. So because you did that, you had all but one credit card removed. Right?
Not a very good credit card. I got my Discovery card left.
And the face.
Lots of Amazon ordering.
So
the entire Discovery card.
Yeah. The face.
And my hidden monies and my little side businesses here and there. But yeah, I'm falling from grace.
For the Lacroix house and the Byward Market and whatnot, the person that does the phone calls and you work with the most would be Francine, right? So she's the one at the Byward Market, the White Court, that you work the most with. She's like great grandkid to you, Bob.
Okay.
Yeah. So
she's new White Court.
She's new, yeah. She's a White Court virgin.
Ooh.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Francine, she's a dark-haired, French-descended woman. She speaks a bit of French, but she's definitely more English than anything. All right, so you've been called. Where were you guys when you received the call?
In my car.
You're in your car? What do you drive?
Oh, let's say it's a 1982 Toyota Tercel.
Toyota Tercel.
That's the most unassuming White Court vampire of all time.
You sure it's not a Hummer? You don't want to go with a Hummer?
I got no money.
Yeah. You could have already had it, but that's funny. All right. So you got your 1982.
Say a Cadillac, but in 2016 the gas prices were atrocious.
Oh yeah.
Gas prices were atrocious.
All right. So you're in your Tercel. You receive a call. You're there with Jack Sloan. Which of you drives?
I wouldn't be driving this thing. I'm used to being driven around.
I drive.
All right, give me a drive roll.
I drive good.
Give me a drive roll.
I probably drive not well, but I drive.
I think you have a +1 to driving. I think you put a point into driving.
I did.
Me?
No, I got +2 in driving.
Do you?
And I got +2 plus another 2.
So 2 + 2, so you got a 4. You're driving, no problem on the phone, chatting as you hear Volus's voice come through. What do you say to him, Volus?
Some shit's gone down and I need some help.
Oh yeah, well, okay, brother. I'm on my way. I'll bring my guns.
There's hellfire involved, so be prepared for anything.
I'll bring some of my big guns.
I like big guns.
That fits in the car.
Well, if it didn't need to fit in the car, I'd just be bringing the howitzer.
Yeah, exactly. All right, I'm on my way. I'll be there within a few hours.
How long?
Few hours.
Few hours? All right, meet me at this address.
All right, I'm on my way.
I presume I know the address, Justin.
Downtown Maryville, is it not?
Yeah.
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 Oh yeah. South end of Maryville.
Yeah.
I'd be rolling with with John Paul, so it's one of those big guns.
Yeah, my brother's in some trouble, which means since he's hundreds of years old, it's probably something really bad. We're probably gonna die. So we're gonna go have some fun.
Oh, fun.
Fun.
Oh, that's great.
Don't worry, I prayed. We're gonna be fine.
Oh yeah, you're God. Uh-huh.
We're gonna be fine.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be great. Where was he when you got kicked out with the family?
I went to go see him. He was in New York when I got kicked out.
Oh
no, he was with me. Oh no, he was with me. When I was killed Trump.
No, that's Jordan. Jordan's character was with you. That'd be Jack Sloan.
That was Jack Sloan.
See, this is what I get for helping you.
I'm
rolling around in a fucking Toyota.
And you've also fallen out of grace with the White Court because of me.
Yeah. They're going to kill me.
But this time it's going to be better.
Yeah, it's going to be better. Okay.
It's going to be better.
I'll believe you.
I've known this man for hundreds of years. He's my brother.
All right. We're going to add an aspect onto this once you get to the bar, to the scene, called It's Gonna Get Better.
Okay.
All right.
Gonna get better.
It's going to get better. It's
Gonna get better.
Yeah.
Okay, so Justin, am I writing it on this page?
Tomorrow.
Oh, I gotta write that down.
Yeah, it's just a blank sheet of paper you can write anywhere.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on the back. Scene aspects come and go.
Okay.
I'm just gonna let it be then.
Yeah.
Let it be. 'Cause I don't have a pen. I'll have his pen on pencil.
Yeah. You basically you can invoke that during a scene to like help you with something, to overcome something. Right? It's a free one. Scene aspects can freely be invoked. You don't need to spend a fate point or anything.
Sweet. How many fate points do we have right now?
Well, you have
Oh,
one.
well, I'm sitting on nothing.
You can only minimum you can have is one.
Oh, sorry, then I'm not the one.
Yeah.
Which is the same as nothing.
Yeah. So, all right. Next scene. You arrive at the Silver Dollar in a couple of hours. Rolling up in your give me a roll for 1 second. I'm gonna do a thing. Dresden files. I want to know what all the skills are.
Oh, Yoda.
Because
Christ, might as well be rolling up in a mom van.
I wish I had a van.
Guys, you want to go pick up chicks in my mom's minivan?
all right, this is gonna be hilarious.
The shaggin' wagon.
Alertness.
Oh, well, you were around when McCartney was around, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like one of the first times I ever met them. They pulled up next to me, this purple van, door slides open. We're going to pick up chicks in my mom's minivan. Let's go. I'm like, fuck it, all right.
All right, I need you.
You would have had.
I need you to roll a resources for me, Bob.
You would have had more luck with Justin's wood-paneled station wagon.
I got 0. No, I got +1.
You got +1. All right.
+1.
The Toyota Tercel could be in worse shape, but you've spent some money with your resources to keep it up and running. The tires.
Yeah, better than turbo, nice tires.
So
it's a
one is an average, right? So with your average amount of money you've put into it, it's gotten its oil changes. It has new tires. You know, it's not dying per se, but the rust on it, it has the cancer. It's starting to die. The engine has a bit of a knock that you just haven't been affluent enough to change and fix. You know, like it's your beater.
I know. I'm a driver. I'd have it done up a little.
Am I the only one that went full?
Who's driving?
Oh, there we go.
You're the only one that went full what?
Oh, it went back to normal. It was going full like.
Yeah. So the resources is how much money you can and had available to spend on a thing.
Spend on it?
Yeah. You didn't have enough money to do more than that.
Okay.
Right?
You kept it in working condition.
You kept it in working condition. It's average. Right? So.
Sounds like my car now.
Yeah. Yeah. So, you roll up in that Tercel. You see Volus standing there waiting for you. A tall man. Blonde hair, beard, well kept, undercut, blue eyes, sharp dressed man, with what looks like a golf bag on his back, which could have anything in it, really.
Rolling up, and I can see my character's immediate reaction of shit.
Yes, because you know him, don't you?
Car.
Yeah.
I got some small handguns on me, but I leave my duffel bag in the trunk of the car, well covered.
Fantastic.
Also, what's the state of this? The outside look of the building.
Oh, it's
Burnt out, I
it's
imagine.
1812 White House, pre-White House title.
Okay.
It's scorched. The sign, the pink circled sign with the girl on it, is like black.
Hellfire.
So shit in
Sorry,
one way.
I don't see color.
I don't look through that lens. Yuck, 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 yuck. Get out. All right. You're there. What do you do?
Why are we at this burnt building?
Well, it's because it's burnt. That's the first problem. But
Insured?
was it what?
Was it insured? Is this an us problem?
I'll be back. I'm gonna grab a drink.
It's an us problem because of why it's burned down and the fact that it's Hellfire that did it.
Okay.
My sources tell me that a deal went south, and some people got in the way, some people got burnt, and it's the people that survived that are asking for help. I think. Is that the story?
I don't know.
You got
Beside
told
me.
from Alfred's character that someone had burned this place down with hellfire.
Right.
You know as much as we know.
Yeah. So all I know is that it burnt down with hellfire. And,
All right, Justin. So why are we at this building that's burnt down with hellfire? None of us know why we're here. Who's paying for this endeavor? Why do we give a shit?
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, you didn't hear that?
Nope.
We don't know why we're here.
You don't know why you're here?
We know that there's hellfire involved, and that I was brought
There's
in.
hellfire, and we're at a burnt building, and I don't.
And that
I'm going to try and keep my head down to walk past the Viking to go straight for the wreckage.
Alfred called me because of hellfire, so he knows about this, about what happened, right?
Yeah. So he called you
Because
and
of the
said
deal?
there's a supernatural thing going on. As you're part of the Monoc security, your job, he knows.
So I don't know a deal went south.
You don't know nothing.
Okay, so all I know is that this place got burnt by hellfire, and Alfred called me in to help.
Yes. He called you in and said this might be of interest to the Monoc security as you're keeping up with that stuff. You got tipped that something's going on.
Scholarship
I got it.
+3. I'm gonna look around and see if I notice something with my scholarship skills.
Do you have scholarship?
+3.
Roll it. You can also use the aspect gonna get better as well.
All right, so my aspect's gonna get better with a +2.
Well, he has to use a fate point in order to do that.
The scene ones you don't have to.
You could just use them. Okay.
Yeah, you can only invoke it once, but you can once per roll type thing.
Okay.
So I got +5, and it's gonna get better.
So you got a +5 altogether.
Altogether, and it's gonna get better aspect as I look around for hints.
Right. So have you added in the +2 from it's gonna get better?
No, I have not.
All right, so then you're at 7. Epic. So, with an epic, you even get on top of that an aspect that you can add to the scene, which is you recognize some of the people, some of the bodies on the ground have markings, tattoos, guns you recognize. Right? So you walk up to the bar. Sorry, let me rephrase this. Outside, standing with Volus and Jack, you look over at the Silver Dollar. It's scorched walls and seedy insides. You move the tape, the police tape, and walk up to the door. The door's barely hung onto its hinges. Something looks to have blasted through it. It's hung on there precariously at best, and the handle is crushed from the inside. Something grabbed and pushed its way out. Something big. You think almost 7 feet tall in size, weighing close to 500 pounds. Whatever it is had inhuman strength. You walk in, and you see the carnage. The smell of pork, lightly roasted, hits you in the nose. It's fragrant and alluring until you realize you're smelling dead cooked humans, and the smell of hair burning and clothing and cotton hits you. You, as a vampire, how do you feel about that?
My battery's running low. As a vampire, I've been to battles with Volus before. It doesn't really bother me or faze me. I've seen blood and gore.
Yeah.
I start pushing bodies around with my toe and looking for familiar things.
You notice the lip there. No, he survived.
Of course,
the lip escaped.
The lip survived.
I pray for the fallen as well.
Yeah, you pray for the fallen. So you right now notice.
I got an idea.
Go on.
I got an idea for at least one of the bodies.
Okay.
It's got a unique, identifiable cross that didn't get hurt, that didn't get touched by the hellfire.
Cool. Yeah.
And so and he recognizes it as like an heirloom or something to someone that would have been here.
That makes perfect
He
sense.
runs with one of these crowds, and he's like, I know whose that is, and he knows, like, maybe it's the guy with the gun or.
Yeah. So you notice on the ground a guy in a dress suit, his face burned back, his chest caved in from something that looks like it just pounced and stomped him. but on his neck, a tattoo that's unburnt. And you recognize it immediately. It's a guy you've hired before and a guy you've worked with before. It's
affiliated with the church.
Well, yeah, it's hired muscle, and you've hired muscle before.
Yeah,
it's a guy named Frank Rizzo. Why not? Frank Rizzo.
Frankie the Lip?
No, the Lip's not here. You look around looking for the Lip because the two of them are often together. But the Lip, these guys work with Rocco more than anything, right? In the Barhaven area. You see.
So I know this guy. I've hired this guy.
You've hired this guy.
He has a very good shot.
Yeah.
Normal human.
Yeah, he's very fast. He's in the know. He gets hired by the supernatural quite frequently because he's in
very expensive.
Yeah. So he's dead.
Usually Frankie the Lip.
He's dead by the bar, and there's another guy on the ground who's by the door whose arms have been ripped clean off. Right? You don't recognize him, but there's a couple of names that come to mind of who he could be. Having the fact that Frank Rizzo
part of Rocco's crew.
This is more than likely another guy in Rocco's crew.
Johnny Tightlips.
Johnny Tightlips. Unlike the Lip, who just never shut the fuck up.
I don't know nothing. I don't say nothing.
I tell guys about Frankie the Lip. I tell them about Rocco and how I recognize and hire this guy and how good of a shot he is. And
yeah.
How he'll be missed.
Yeah.
I'm going to look for the source of the initial blaze.
Okay.
I'm going to use my scholarship with magic.
Fantastic.
I'm wondering why Jack is there.
That would be more lore if you're doing magic.
Oh, lore? Okay, yeah, even better then.
Because that'd be like a mystic type perception or whatever. Arcane research. It's that level.
Son of a bitch. I thought scholarship was lore. My bad.
Mm-hmm.
Which means I no longer have scholarship. I have lore.
First session, baby. No baby.
Lore might come more in handy than scholarship.
Well, yeah, my guy wouldn't have been that taught. He's basically just a magic tool. So then that puts that there. So
I would be wondering why Jack is even here.
A total of +3.
Mm-hmm. That's a total of +3.
Yeah.
That's good.
Jack's actually. You can see Jack's actually going out of his way to avoid eye contact with you.
Yeah, like I called John, but I didn't know. Or yeah, I called John, but I didn't know Jack was with him.
Yeah.
I wasn't warned that he was coming, so I'm wary. Like.
Okay. 1 second. Let's go here.
Wondering like, where does he fit into this? Because I didn't know that they were together. I didn't know what was going on.
Gotcha.
And it's kind of my shtick to know what's going on, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Or does it even matter?
Because remember, you did say bring someone who knows something about Hellfire.
Yeah.
I think we crapped out.
We're bit in pieces. You're kind of crapping out, but it's not terrible.
Zooming in.
Normal view.
Let's see this.
Okay, you probably just had to jump back in.
Who's that? Me?
Oh, Brandon probably had to back out and go back in again. Yeah, I had a +3 to my searching for fiery beginnings of the explosion.
All right. So you have so upon doing that, +3. That's good. You walk around the room. You see JP kind of walking around, doing his thing, kind of investigating the bodies, going to the back room into the kitchen, and you look around. And you see right from the front door, it looks like the hellfire started there. Someone just emitted pure hellfire from that point, killing everybody.
So that's near the body with the arms ripped off.
Yeah. That body is crispy. That's the first thing you smell when you walk in is that guy.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm not pleased about it.
Yeah.
I'll kick around in the dust around there.
Yeah.
See if anything's like still intact.
I'm trying to call Rocco on the cell phone to see what's going on.
Yeah, so that would be your contacts. That would be rapport. So, yeah. So, you're going to call Rocco. Do you have contacts? Roll contacts. And you might have... You have an aspect as well that you know everybody or something, don't you?
An aspect?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got that. I know everybody.
No, because I redid them.
Should have...
Overall, in money I trust, surprise hero. Closest I got for an aspect of that.
Let's go over here. Because I can click on your character and just read it.
Godbound, living with regret, brother born of trouble. In money I trust, and faith overall.
In money you trust, because if you follow the money, that's Rocco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I already recognize the guy. I've hired him before and know he's part of Rocco's crew.
So we could do the high concept, I run the Byward Market. Your high concept aspect works with this as well. It's whatever one you want to use, but that one, because you run the Byward Market, you're not a slouch. You're somebody.
Yeah.
All right, give me a roll.
-2.
Ooh. You know what? You just had to beat a -1 for him to answer the phone. So you call, and the phone goes to the machine. Hey, you know what to do. Beep.
Rocco, it is Jean-Paul. I have found your man, Crispy, and I wonder what's going on in my town. Call me before I have to find you.
Beep. Perfect. So you leave threatening message.
If it's a threatening message, would he have to roll a quick, like a presence for how much, like when he does get that message?
I already have a presence.
Yeah, roll a presence for me.
No, I mean, that's just when he gets the message, he'll be able to kind of go like, how it affects him.
We don't know when he gets the
I know
message.
Court Vampire, so...
We don't know when he gets the message, so we're just going to roll it now.
-1.
-1?
I'm really good at getting the nothing, like the blinky blinks.
Do you have, you should have presence, don't you? As one of your skills?
I have. Let me tell you. Conviction, discipline, rapport, presence, +4.
So, there we go. So, because
it is up there with my influencing, because I like to bribe.
Yeah, so your presence is +4, which means that you rolled a what for your message? So you rolled a +3. You got a good. So we're gonna put a +3 on that aspect. +3. So when he gets that message, if and when he gets that message, he'll take you seriously. All right. Fantastic. All right, where's Brandon? There he is. Admit Brandon.
There we go.
You have admittance. You want to come out and play?
There we go.
Yes.
There. I got booted for some reason. I couldn't get back in.
We're talking about you, not to you.
Fine, but I'll just eat my cold spaghetti then.
I eat well.
So yeah, we found out that the just to catch you up, the fire emanated from the front of the near the front door.
Okay.
By the body with the arms ripped off.
Yeah.
And Jean-Paul just left a threatening message for Rocco.
How did he leave the threatening message on his phone?
Yep. Called him up.
Yeah.
Because you knew it was Rocco's place.
You used one of Rocco's guys.
Yeah. The guy I've hired before, I know the guy.
All right. Would you like to do anything else here? You go to the back room. The burns aren't as bad back there. Jordan, you notice that.
I scrape a big cross in the ashes.
You make a cross in the ashes?
I make a big cross in the ashes.
Okay.
And I say a prayer. And I drop some
Seriously?
Yeah, give me a conviction roll.
My conviction is +5.
So give me a roll,
Jesus.
add +5.
2 + 5.
7. So
There comes an epic.
So Jean-Paul walks up to where the bodies are, moves them, does a little prayer, and he begins
Should you also add it's going to get better?
Yeah, he can. Absolutely. So bringing it to a 9, this is... He begins starting waxing philosophical, but not in that like sophomoric bullshit way. Like Jean-Paul starts saying some pretty deep things and a couple things in French, and you can't help but be like, this is a guy we trust. This is a guy we've been around a lot. Right? And through the years, he's been right about a lot of things, but one of the things he's been most right about is that God's got his back. And in this moment, with him doing his little prayer, doing his little thing, you have a bit more faith in him than he did a few minutes ago.
I still kind of look at it all as hocus.
But you can't doubt the power when you see it.
It's one of those like irony things for my character. Plus, a wizard's power comes from his belief in his own craft.
So you would believe that his conviction is what makes him powerful then?
Yeah, see, I know that there's something about his thing. It's just, for me, to see it, it's like,
Yeah, it's like seeing Michael give a prayer. It's 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 a guy who cares about, and he's genuine about what he's saying.
Ooh, here's a fun thing. So where I am, near that body with the arms torn off.
Yes.
Is there anything that stands out around there? Like
you rolled
an area
pretty
that's
good.
Not,
You rolled
an area that's not scorched, or
you rolled that. You do notice that that there's 2 sets of footprints that look like they got out that way, and the back area, it looks like people escaped out the back, and there's when you go to the back, you see there's tire marks. So it looks as though whatever pushed its way out the front door broke the door open. You can tell it's big. You can tell that there's a second set of footprints with that person. And the back door, it looks like someone escaped. It looks like a lot of people escaped actually out the back.
So 2 things left to the front.
And a bunch of people left out the back.
But the things left to the front, bent a steel door.
There's an office.
Burned down a building.
There's an office, a kitchen, and bathrooms, a bar, a stage with a podium for a DJ, and there's private rooms. There's 4 private rooms for girls to strip in.
I searched for a save for money.
What's the state of the office?
All right, so we're going to the office?
I'm going to the office.
Okay, and what are you doing, Bob?
Intentionally not.
What are you doing,
Bob?
Bob?
Looking for money. Looking for a save.
So we're going to the office then. Okay.
Yeah.
So Volus and Jean-Paul go to the office. The office door's locked.
I'm going to kick it in.
All right, give me a might roll. Roll me a might.
Roll me a might. Oh, I can do that myself. I rolled a 1.
-4?
Do I have to -4 even though it's less than 4?
Yes, it's always -4.
Oh, okay, then yeah, it's so -3.
All right. Volus comes up to the door and gives it a boot, and it doesn't move.
But hold on, I've got inhuman strength +3 to might.
All right, so that gets you to a 0.
Yes.
You give it a boot, and it doesn't move. Did someone else want to do something that could help you with this? Change history a little bit?
I'm going to kick it with him with my inhuman strength.
Oh, you're going to add inhuman strength? You're going to see him, you see him taking a couple steps, and you push your hand on his back, and you give him a bit of a boost.
Okay.
So inhuman strength gives you might. You have that on your sheet, on your printout there.
I do.
Oh my god, I want to see 2.
Inhuman strength is a +3.
Inhuman strength.
Oh no, Justin.
Yes.
Brandon can.
Yeah, it is a +3.
Add 2 to this already because he has hammer blow.
Okay.
Because if he uses his inhuman strength in a very physical, direct motion, which is kicking the door, it would be considered a hammer blow, which gives it an extra +2.
All right.
I was using dependency, which is a +1.
Yeah. Yeah, so you don't have... So if you're helping him, it would be a +3 to the might score, Bob.
Okay.
So we've moved him up to what altogether?
And on my skills, I've got might under fair.
So the fair is
So that's
a +2.
So I got a +3 to might on my inhuman strength, plus the +2 that my skills gets me, right?
So we've moved you up to a +2.
Brandon hit the door at a 3 on
and
his
then
own.
add hammer blows, which is another +2.
So you
It's
go
always
up.
going to get better.
So it's
Okay, all right.
+4.
So you go up to the door. Bob, you watch. Jean-Paul watches as you just boot that door. You break the frame. It flies open.
It would be pretty sad if I couldn't have done that.
Yeah. Yeah, we just got to
Considering
figure out
the
what to
the
apply,
build-
right?
Right.
All right, so
All
the,
right.
the door flies open. And in the room comes almost vanilla-y sort of mixed with...
Oh, it smells like horror.
Yeah, it smells like horror. A vanilla,
Delicious horror. Delicious.
lilac, that
Delicious.
sort of smell in there.
Delicious ore.
Delicious ore. The ore and get to know are the best ores.
I love the smell of spicy horror.
I love the smell of ore in the morning.
Christ forgive me.
You know, and then I kicked him out because fuck off, you've already been paid. Go home.
I'm looking for the lockbox, see if I can find some money for our
All right.
soon-to-be travel.
So since this is a separate section, so you've moved from one location to the next, this is a new notice check.
Okay. Everyone?
Anybody who's looking in that room.
I've
Oh,
got
I'm in-
+4.
I got -1.
Okay.
Oh,
Plus
+4. So I'm at +3.
Why are you so high, Bob?
Presents?
You would need to, so it would be a notice roll. Presence does not apply to this, I don't think.
Oh, okay. Then just plus -1.
So -1.
Yeah.
And reputation, social fortitude. Yeah. All right. What about you, Brandon? What is Volus
+4.
+4 altogether?
Pl- Yeah, +4 with no bonuses.
All right. So you begin going through the room. Jean-Paul, you look, and it's a pretty standard office. You've seen a lot of offices like this. You've been in this office.
Yeah. I should know where the money is if there is
Yeah.
money.
Yeah.
I'm not looking for money. I'm looking for information. Rolodex, contact information, ledger, something, a paper trail.
Yeah. I'm trying to find Colin. It's Colin who was here. Who owns this? So Colin's an Irish lad that you know, Jean-Paul, who owns this place, and it's suspicious that he didn't call you himself. Maybe he died.
Colin or Collins?
Colin, Collin, Colin.
Okay.
Yeah, it's suspicious that Colin isn't here. That Colin hasn't called you at all. He owes you money, right? You've done protection for him. You've helped him sort out things in the past, right? Even Francine isn't good with Colin. Colin has courted Francine for a while now, and you've warned him against her. She's a little young for him, you say. But in his office, he's got quite the bit of art in there. Some expensive art that if you were to take, since they're undamaged, it'd be worth some money. You know that behind one of those pieces of art, a rather tacky painting of two rats fucking, the kind of anthropomorphized rats, there is a safe. You know it's there. You've seen him open it up and take out money and pay you for the protection you provide normally.
You watch John Oliver, don't you?
I do. Yeah, that's what I'm referencing. 110%.
Oh, fuck.
Classy fucking rats.
Yeah.
All right.
What do I find?
You find a safe that's locked.
Pray to God and guess the code.
Ha!
Well, it's not an electric one. It's a rotary one. So let's do, I guess.
Present, report.
Okay, hold on.
You have
John Paul, you know Colin, right?
I do know Colin.
Okay, so would you consider him a bright man?
Conniving man.
Roll a. This is a contacts. Roll a contacts for me. So you can do, because it's a new roll, you can do. I know I run the Byward Market and add just +2 to it, or re-roll it if it's awful.
+2?
Yeah.
That's +2, so 4.
All right, +4. Colin's very business savvy. He always pays on time, and he's good for conversation, but he's kind of stuck in his ways. He's running quite a few strip clubs, actually. He's running one in, like, Orleans, just west of there. Sorry, east of there.
So then
I
the
found
code.
the stop save code. I've seen safes. I've been around since the 1600s.
Yeah.
I'll go
Okay,
for the
so-
standard stop save code that these safes come with.
The standard code
Fail-
it comes with?
Yeah, like 3648. All these come until you reprogram it. That's the standard code.
Okay.
Failing that, it could be a.
It's a
birthday.
rolling one. It's a rolling one, right?
So you can read those. Yeah, you can read those.
All right. So that's not what it is.
Go with his birthday or something, or his mother's birthday.
His favorite stripper's birthday.
There you go.
Let's look
Oh,
at
oh,
something.
oh! You said that he was courting what's her face from the White Court. Her
Yeah.
birthday.
Francine. You know Francine's birthday.
Francine's birthday.
Yeah, you go with Francine's birthday.
I go with Francine's birthday.
Okay, give me a roll, just a straight die roll.
Dirty cunt. 1, 2, 3. 3 plus nothing.
3 plus nothing.
Got 3.
It opens up. You're now suspicious. You need to talk to Francine.
How much money do I find?
When you open it up, there's a bunch of bills that are in a plastic bag. They're marked protection. It is almost the full amount he owes you. There
47.
is a bunch of gems and a couple of tapes in there. The gems are inset in like a necklace and a ring.
I'll take the tapes.
Yeah, there are 2 VHS tapes marked Guest 1 and Guest 8.
I'll take those.
There are no dates on the tapes.
And $4,700.
Is that what he owes you?
Yeah, that's just what he owes. That's the average. Yeah,
Perfect.
yeah. It's 3% of the take for the week.
Yeah. All right. Other than that, you find your typical stuff. His office has been gone through by his own protection people. There seems to be the barest amount of actual cop involvement here. In fact,
They didn't get in the door.
Volus and JP roll a contacts for me.
+3.
+3. And Volus? Jean-Paul, what do you got for contacts? Nothing on here, but you could add the +2 always for I Run the Byward Market.
So 4 total.
4 and 3?
Oh! What about well connected? Will that do anything for me?
Do you have well connected?
I have well connected.
Okay, nice. So well connected gives you a thing. Well connected is under contacts, right? It
I
is
don't
a
know.
stunt you can take, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, so that means I've spent a fate point doing that, don't I?
For that one, it would. Yeah.
Okay, I won't take it then.
We're kind of playing fast and loose right now with these aspects and shit, right? Which from here
Yeah.
on in, you'll have to spend fate points.
Okay, I'm not going to spend any fate points on it just yet. It might not be worth it.
Yeah.
If we're like, if we're down to our last dollar, we don't know what, like we're at our,
But
we don't know where things are going from here, or we're stuck, then I'll use it. But
I will do this for you. Jean-Paul, there's a fate point on the table that you can take and call up Colin on the phone and ask what happened and why the fuck his money isn't all there.
Why the fuck is the money all there? Or isn't all there?
Why is it not all there?
Then you already said that. all the money-
For one fate point, you have to call Colin, and you're kind of losing your temper. Why isn't the money all here?
and you're burnt down
Yeah.
shack.
You went in. Yeah, and what about Francine? You're kind of worked up right now. Why is the fucking password her birthday?
All right, I call him.
All right, add 1 fate point. All right, the phone rings. Hello?
Hello, Colin. Where is my money? I am at your club. It's burnt to shit.
Why are you using a blocked number? Why was your?
You don't fucking talk to me.
Dude,
Where's my money? Why is Francine's number the safe? What is going on here? Where are you?
Why is Francine's number the safe? What do you mean?
I'm in the safe collecting my money. What the fuck happened here?
Are you at the club?
I am at the club.
Listen, I was gonna call you, man. Like, there's been a lot going on. Give me a rapport roll.
I have rapport as +4 as well.
Yeah.
So 2 minus 1. So I have rapport. So I have 5 total.
He audibly cracks. You hear, listen, man. Listen, it's Francine and I, we've been seeing each other a lot in the past couple of weeks. I just wanted to like start a relationship, and I wanted it to be good and healthy. And I just thought if I told you that things might go a little crazy, and I just kept this. I told her like we should tell you, and she.
You don't have my permission.
Listen, Rocco's been doing a lot of business at my place. All right, I didn't want to tell you. That's why I didn't call you when it got burned down, man. It's just, listen.
Find Rocco for me.
I know where he is. He's at his place in Barhaven.
You text me the address.
Yeah. You hear. Tap, 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 tap. You're not mad, are you, man?
Yes, I am mad. And I hang up the phone.
You get the distinct impression that you'll never see this dude again. And Francine will be sad.
I think it's safe to say if we show up at Rocco's place and he finds out we were here first, no one's ever going to see him again.
All right. What are you going to...
Rocco knows that I've been here. I've already called him, so he knows I'm coming.
Well, he might have gotten the message. He might not have.
But I'm curious, more than angry, of what's going on.
All right. What do you want to do from here?
I gave everyone $1,000 each. Make sure we all have funds for the trip.
All right. Add aspect to the back. Add an aspect to the back of your sheet. +1 to resources.
+1?
Yeah, it's a one-time off aspect.
Question.
Yeah.
When I was looking around the floor do I see an obvious burn mark where there's a nice clean area where a case would have been?
Nope.
So is there a case sitting on the floor?
Nope.
Where do I write that?
Because with the fire going off, wouldn't it scorch around the case?
You're assuming it was on the floor when it went off.
Oh, that's true. Well, you said it was nearby the body.
Yeah, I said, and then you got out of the room. Unseen stuff happening. Bibbidi babbidi boom. Fire.
Oh, okay. So that we don't know what happened when we were for our characters.
Yeah, you don't know where the briefcase is. You don't know where the axe is or the case is.
Here.
Well,
There's an explosion.
yeah. All you.
Cool. I just wanted to make sure that there was an actual time discrepancy.
So right now.
Through the air when the fireball hit.
Say that again.
The axe was flying through the air when the fireball hit.
Yeah, someone may have been holding the axe. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? It is.
Okay.
Right now, you're in a room that got torched by hellfire by a large guy and what looks like a childlike sized person who followed them. Right? You don't even know if they did it. You just know they blasted through the front door. Someone set off hellfire, and some possibly unconnected person pushed his way out of the door, which means someone on the outside could have been holding the door. You don't know, or it got locked or whatever. Maybe he locked the door. Who knows?
Well, we saw the metal bent.
Yeah, so he pushed his way out of the door.
So I know that there's a really big person and a small person who came in here.
Yeah,
bent the door.
You don't know their gender. You have an assumption.
I said person.
Yeah, person. I know, but I'm saying
it looks like Grendel's been through here.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And like at this point, you know what looks like humans escaped out the back. You know that Rocco seems to have been involved. He might not have been here, but he's not answering his phone. You know Rocco's guys were here and they died, so he might be mad at their failing, right? You know that there's no dead stripper bodies. There's no other dead bodies. There's mainly 2 dead people here.
Yeah, so there's been some cleanup aside from the
Yes.
guys that didn't belong here.
Yeah. And you know that the cops, because of your contacts rolls that you did, came here and shut it down quickly. So there
Well,
are
I'm gonna do
cops
that.
you know that work in the SI that might have more information and might have been closing shit down. One of you knows Curtis Law.
Okay.
So which of you knows Curtis Law?
I do.
That makes sense.
One question. Since I know lore,
Is Curtis Law a lawyer?
Curtis Law is a cop in town.
yeah,
He's one of the young guys. He got in a fight with a couple of guys down in Lincoln Fields and beat the shit out of a guy way too bad, and he got reduced to SI because he was a little too violent for regular duty.
We're on friendly terms.
But you're on friendly terms with him. Yeah, you know him well.
Yeah, I like the guy.
Yeah.
All right.
can I use lore to determine? Because I mean, there's only a select few that can actually use Hellfire.
Yeah, use lore.
Only 2 coins, right?
Well, you don't know per se how many are in or out or whatever. You
No,
can
but
make a
+2.
There's only 2 coins that can do Hellfire.
as far as you know.
No, yeah, there's some, but it's a matter of there's only certain people on the planet that can use Hellfire, and that's usually just Denarians.
Mhm.
Yeah, once you touch the coin, I guess the denarian stays with you.
All right. So what'd you get?
I got a +2.
You got a +2. You know Hellfire comes from the other side. As a magician, as a wizard, you know that like circles can be done to channel Hellfire at a cost. You've already rolled pretty good for your notices, so there's no circles on the ground that are implicit of like summoning
So this
Hellfire.
would have came from a person.
Summoning
Yeah,
a demon.
From what it looks like, the center point of it on the wall looks to be at about 5 foot high is where it came out of.
Getting too far from the microphone.
I am?
Yeah.
All right. It looks like it's about 5 feet high where the center of the Hellfire started.
So someone small.
Yeah, it seems that way.
The small footprints.
Yeah.
But it was a directed weapon.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So that means
Someone just blasted Hellfire.
when Volus and them come out of the back office,
Yeah.
I just want to be rid of Volus, like for the first time since I've gotten here, an actual direct confrontation of what the fuck did you get us into?
Gonna get better, I swear.
Yeah, he can roll that aspect for like a charisma if he likes.
Let's get to the car. I have a bad feeling if we stay here, we're gonna see who set this fire.
What did I get us into? I got me and John Paul into a John Paul and I are here to help out a friend. What the fuck are you doing here?
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh,
He was sent to help me, and because of me, he's kind of fucked and can't go anywhere. But he also can't leave me. he is about
I'm
you.
stuck.
He is my friend who hates me. Yeah. He will help me. But he hates
That's pretty accurate.
Don't
actually.
worry. My brother knows all the good times. We'll have fun. We policy français. Let's get in the car and go. +2.
+2.
I'm here for work. John Paul's here because he owes me. You're here because you're a tag along.
Yeah, because you owe me because I fucked you.
So what we got into is some shit, and now we got to get out of it.
Yep.
And this is my town. Even though Papa's not too happy with me right now.
See, you're lucky I like you, because otherwise I'd trade you into your father.
Oh, he knows where I live. If I'm out of favor, does not mean I'm not loved.
Mm-hmm.
And you're lucky I owe you, or else I'd trade you into the White Council.
Yeah, he is. He's a wizard. He'll come in handy.
What the
He's
fuck?
just how you say. He's
No, I already know.
He's
Oh, I
know
already
he
know.
knows, but you don't talk about it out loud. There are ears everywhere.
Oui. There is my mistake.
God damn it.
This
This is why I shouldn't have
let's get
fucking
this
left the
score.
States.
Let's get the 700 pounds of men into my tercel. We have places to go. Let's go find Rocco.
All right. Is that where we're going now? We're going to go to Rocco's location?
Oh, we're going to Rocco.
Are you liking this dialogue, Justin?
This is awesome. Also a location I didn't expect to go. Oh, that's a lie. Wait, let's go this way. We just kind
He's on a
of.
map.
Nope, we're fine. I've got my little arrows. We skip.
Wait, we're going straight to Rocco's?
Yep.
Fuck, we are underprepared. Okay.
We have a duffel bag full of guns. We have thousands of dollars.
All right,
We have a Tercel.
you get in the Trisel.
He had.
Give me.
He's the kind of guy.
Uh-huh.
He's the kind of guy with an armory and millions of dollars.
Hundreds of dollars.
I have hundreds of dollars, but I can always.
No. Rocco,
Oh, that's what I mean.
we have a duffel bag and 3 guys and a beater.
Remember, Rocco's
He's
got a
got-
Don. Rocco
No,
hired
but he.
three bodyguards to protect him from a possible extreme threat. He's not that violent out.
It is okay. I have prayed to Jesus. We shall be fine.
Oh my god.
We are blessed.
Bob, you're my favorite person right now.
It's
All
going
right.
to get better before it gets worse.
I'm just gonna give you a fate point extra right now. So you should have 3 total fate points sitting. 1 natural, 2 extra.
Oh, I love this group already.
Hey, we don't even have Leo yet.
I know. If we did, I'd make him drive so we can get into an accident.
Because he's Asian.
Yeah.
He is not driving my car.
All right, speaking of which, give me a drive check.
My drive's plus
Yeah, he
2.
rolled 2 earlier.
Did he?
No, it's
Yeah.
plus 2 in general. I got under fair.
Yeah, so
I am a driver.
And is that with your addition to driving?
I said I got might and driving under fair.
Yeah, so you rolled the 2, got a 2, so you got 4?
No, I haven't rolled anything lately. Earlier I
Oh.
rolled 4 and plus 2.
So you have a normal plus 2 to driving, and I need you to roll.
Okay.
You're under a little bit of stress right now.
-1.
So -1 plus 2.
Yeah.
Get you 1. You drive there. You remember where Rocco lives anyway. You've been to his house. You've seen the boat he has in his oversized garage. You've met his trophy wife. You know?
The boat.
Yeah. You've seen the giant M-shaped swimming pool he has in the backyard. His last name being Milanero. So, you know.
I was
Whatever.
just going to say, was this Ronald McDonald's house?
No, it's Rocco Milanero. It's a real person, real place, real location. This is a real thing that exists.
I walk up to the door and open it
Milanero.
like a place.
You walk up to his door and it's locked.
Just open it.
Did you just push it open?
He didn't say open it. He said push it up.
So that's a might check, plus 2 to might.
So yeah, I got plus 2 to
So
might
that's a plus 3 altogether, is it not?
with my superhuman strength.
1 second.
Just do a +3 on top of your might.
Superhuman or inhuman?
Yeah, he's got a plus 2 to might, so you can do your regular might.
Inhuman. I'm sorry, I got inhuman strength.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's a +2.
And then I got might, which is plus 2.
Yeah. Give us a roll.
Busting my rolls. 0.
Plus your 2 and 3? Plus your 2 and
Plus
2?
my 2 and 2.
So 4?
Yeah.
You push the door open with ease. You break there's a deadbolt, a hanging lock, and the door doesn't turn. So there's all the wood there. You just push right through it. Crack! Opens.
No,
Whoa! You hear as you open
Oh,
the
look
door.
at the wizard go. You do your.
I exit.
Thank you.
All right.
Hexity Dexity.
Yeah.
Wee. Anytime now. This is giving me how you.
Give me a
say
second.
it.
I gotta bring up my chart so I know what I have to roll to hex it.
What would be like an intelligence roll? Scholarship. Who's got scholarship?
I got scholarship.
Roll scholarship for me.
Oh, he does. I had to get rid of it.
You guys aren't very good at this, are you?
I have 2 plus 3.
5? That's pretty
5.
good. That's superb. You know you've got 30 minutes before it actually calls the cops.
I don't care about that. It's just a sound.
But yeah, but you know you've got 30 minutes.
I know.
Yeah.
There we go. Hexing.
Well,
You've actually got 5 minutes before the phone rings. And someone better answer that phone with the right code.
Tech. Expensive technology.
Well, the code is obviously 6969. Look at this motherfucker. I go upstairs, start looking around.
It's Francine's birthday. That slut.
She is white court. Oh, but she's virgin.
Francine's mother's birthday.
Boom.
All right, I'm looking around upstairs.
It looks like it'll be a hexing cost of 3.
Okay.
Oh no, sorry, 2.
You know this
So it's
stuff?
a power cost of 2 for me. Alright, so that means I don't have to actually push that, so I need to make a conviction.
I have a question. Shouldn't your hexing automatically shit on his Tercel?
Nah,
It's an older
It's
car.
an 83 Tercel.
So not a lot of electronics in it.
I match the 2, so I hex it.
You hex it. You turn it off. It all
Not
shows-
like basically just enough to fry it, not to fry things around it.
it fries the.
Control pad.
It fries it. The whole
Yeah,
thing
there's no-
stops screaming. The lights stop going. In fact, you're very impressed by your hexing. You're like, oh, this is better than I thought it would be. All right.
Now sit around upstairs for clues.
Roll a notice. Or alertness? What's alertness get you?
I got 0.
Alertness is the same as like noticing. It also works towards your.
It's a passive awareness.
Yeah.
I got 0.
Okay, I'm gonna stand by the door for alertness because there's no way this is going unnoticed.
I get 3.
So you get a for what? Notice?
Yeah.
Okay, so you got a 3. He got a 1 because he has a +1 to alertness. So we'll start with Jean Paul because he's upstairs. He said that first. So you go upstairs and you're walking through, and a lot of the drawers are pulled out. A lot of the clothes in the closet's already been taken. It looks like a lot of the jewelry boxes have been opened and hastily packed. You notice you've never been in his bedroom per se, but it looks as though there's certain luggage that's been taken as well, like places where under the bed there's like dust where there's like stuff has just been pulled out, right? Like looking about here, it looks like they quickly packed per se, but something irks you, that you feel like there's something in the back of your mind kind of tingling at you that you just like
Flip the dresser over into the wall.
yeah, there's something that's missing. Back to you with your 3 on your notice, Jordan. You're just doing a general notice on that floor. What are you doing a notice on?
Yeah, just on that floor. I'm not going too far in.
There's
This is
a
not my-
door to the downstairs.
I'll take a look and see if it's like if it opens.
It opens. It's
anyone
dark downstairs, and when you go to flick the lights on, they don't work because the filament is blown out from your hexing. Sensitive
Age
copper pieces did not survive that magical burst.
Mage light.
What fucking?
What are you doing, Volus?
I'm staying by the front door with alertness because I know this isn't gonna go unnoticed in this neighborhood.
What do you have for
He's
alertness?
probably
What
got
did you roll?
I rolled a 5, so -4 is 1, plus I've got +3 to alertness, so +4.
+4? Not bad. Not bad. So, outside, you look around, and nobody seems to have taken notice. Per se, there's a little old lady who walks by, and when she sees you standing there with your business suit and your golf bag and your beard and your general presence of terror, she waves at you pleasantly.
Too.
She waves at you roll the presence. What do you want to do with the presence? Do you want her to like you? Do you want her to like keep on moving? What do you want her to do?
I want her to feel non-threatened.
Okay, roll a presence for me.
Oh, rolled a 1, so -3 +3, so 0.
She seems indifferent to you, but her pace does pick up as she moves on.
I just kind of nod to her.
Okay.
Like that's my
She's,
yeah.
she's walking along. She looks at you.
Give her the slow nod. Just so I don't seem imposing, but don't look like
You're searching-
I'm one to talk to.
She's
I'm
seen,
looking in garbage cans, looking for hints to where he went. Anything written down anywhere?
You would want to look in an office or something.
You find
Yeah,
a garbage.
everywhere.
You find a garbage can. There's a couple of notes. They are in a very nice lilted font, and a couple phone numbers. One of them you recognize as Curtis Law's number. Is it Curtis Law? Is that his name?
Yeah, Curtis Law.
Yeah.
Don't forget the old-fashioned pencil on the blank paper to see what was last written trick.
You're outside, but yes. Anyway, there's the phone number, private number for Curtis Law, and then there's the number for Colin, and then underneath there's what looks like the words "Don't forget," but it's in cursive, so you're not 100% sure that's what it says, but
Oh, fuck.
You can't read cursive?
you can.
No,
but her handwriting's just really frantic.
Justin.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. He tricked me.
What?
Do I feel depowered?
You walked through things, so yes, you do.
So that means the owners of the house are still alive.
Yep, and so does JP ever so slightly.
Yeah, I'm gonna back out of the house.
Yeah, you've got the door to
Because-
go. You're standing at the open door to the basement, and you feel like your power's a little out. But
Yeah.
you still did what you did.
Yeah, I'm backing out of the house, and I'll look over at Mr. Viking there, and it's like, listen, I'll look out here. You go in there. I can't go through the threshold.
And as soon as you exit the threshold, you feel your power return fully.
I continue my search, find nothing else.
Upstairs,
Just the phone
no.
number?
You notice the makeup is. You go through the bathroom there. There's an ensuite bathroom, double sinks, nice giant ass shower.
Dildo, fucking
Nope.
hairbrush.
No dildo, no hairbrush, no makeup.
Nothing?
In fact, there's
Hair?
no shaving kit, no shaving stuff.
Stripped.
Yeah.
And he took his shaving stuff.
Yeah.
To his cabin? Maybe to his other hotel? He's not coming back.
Not anytime soon.
Not anytime soon.
Wherever
All right,
he's
let's get
going,
outta
he's
here.
looking to bunk down. That's for sure.
Yeah, I joined the wizard outside.
Volus,
Okay,
do you want to
I-
go through to the basement? Or
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
the
I'll go through
basement,
the basement. I'll go through the basement. I've got chem light.
what's chem light?
I've got chem lights, the kind
Yeah,
of
like a
snap
breakable-
and shake. And
Oh, you walk in to the house, through the nice kitchen, to the door that leads to the basement. Once you reach the
Hold on.
big...
Hold on, before I do, I
Yes.
see anything like written on the fridge or any calendars with anything written on it?
Yeah, there's a book club schedule on the fridge, written in a nice lilted cursive, and the book they're reading is the whatever of Pi, that one about the Tiger, Life of Pi.
Life of Pi.
Yeah, it seems
Is
whoever.
there a club meeting place written down?
Yeah, there's a meeting place which is just a couple doors down, and the schedule is
There's an address.
Yeah, for a Friday night meet for the book club.
What day is it today?
Today's Friday.
Thursday.
It's Friday.
Hey, he said it was
Oh, it's
Friday.
Friday.
It's Friday the 13th.
Shit, I didn't pick up on that.
Friday night book club down the street.
Oh, damn.
So if we need to get a hold of him, we can get a hold of her.
All right.
So I'll go downstairs.
You walk to the door, open it up, and light the hallway. It's a straight set of stairs down to the basement. You walk down.
Okay.
The stairs are nice.
I-
They're well kept, and you notice that the walls and ceilings are finished. It isn't some half-assed basement. It's a finished ensuite. When you get down there,
Okay.
there's even a door that leads out to a patio under a deck. You look around, there's a weight room. There's a cycle. There's TVs down there. Everything's off. Something Jordan did overpowered and blew breakers. It was a little much, him pushing what he did, but he did it. And then you see it. A slightly open bookcase. A door to the other side.
Secret door behind bookcase.
Ask him where he is through the front door.
Say that again.
What?
Yell for Bolus and ask where he is. Where is you, Bolus? I am outside. You're out here. We're waiting for you.
Well, I've got no way to contact him unless I scream, and I'm not an idiot to start yelling shit like that. So I just ignore him and I keep going.
You walk up to the bookcase. Do you open it?
I've still got that golf bag, right?
Yes. And what do you have in the golf bag?
That's an excellent question. What do I have in the golf bag?
You can have a rifle. You can have a sword. What is it you want?
I'm gonna have a sword.
You have a sword. A sword you've carried for many years. A sword that was given to you by Odin himself. This is the Sword of Lothbrok.
Sword of Lothbrok?
Yep. Evard Lothbrok's sword. It is an ancient sword made about 200, almost 300 years ago. It's got a nice wide hilt, expertly rebound leather handle, and an image of an eye that's been slashed out in the hilt, at the base of the hilt.
Okay, I'm gonna pull that out. And so in one hand I've got it, and in the other hand I'm going to, from a wide angle, open the bookcase.
You open the bookcase and reveal what you expected to see. A large
A summoning room?
metal door. A door that has a keypad that's still lit up.
I go looking for Bolus.
Just to the right of the keypad, you're surprised to see, but ultimately realize you shouldn't have been, a communication device, a speaker with a button, a light illuminated on it.
I go looking for my friend.
You walk through the door and feel your power reduce. You walk
So the light
into
is
the
on.
house.
That means it can hear us?
There's a button, a light, and a speaker. A microphone sits loosely in its casing.
Okay.
I wander down the stairs and see the same thing.
Little pig. Little pig.
Oh, what do we have here? What did you find, Bolus? It looks like a rich man's panic room, yes?
It would seem so.
Do you see where the camera is so he can see me?
Roll a notice check.
Who, me?
He said, "Do you see a camera?" So both of you can roll. Both of you can roll a notice check. He asked an obvious
+1.
question. +1. That's not bad.
+1.
You don't see anything that can be discerned as a camera.
Can I give them an idea of the invoke an aspect for the room?
Go ahead.
Right.
Go ahead.
Because all the lights are out aside from this lit up door.
Yep.
So wouldn't that light shine brighter?
Yes. The light shines bright. Go ahead. So +2. You look around looking for a light to be on a camera. Above, around, behind.
I push the button and go, hello, this is...
There is no
Jean.
camera, but you do that.
Where are you? We are here to help.
We are.
Shut up.
A few seconds go by. 1, 5, 10, and you hear, Jean-Paul? Is that you?
Ah, yes, it is me.
What the fuck are you doing here? You hear coming through the speaker.
I was at the club and I did some, how you say, sniffing around and some praying for the dead.
Jean-Paul.
What kind of...
Jean-Paul.
What have you done?
Jean-Paul. Are you here to kill me?
I am not here to kill you.
Roll a rapport.
Which is already +4. And my conviction's +5.
You can only add 1.
I know with my conviction then. +5 only.
You got a straight up +5?
Well, that's what. Yeah. I got 0 on my roll, so all I have is +5.
Generally, can you explain to me why this is an act of faith or a mental fortitude type thing?
Because he knows me, he works with me. He knows I'm a faithful man of God, not a crazy fucking night creature. So my reputation of who I am and what I say is true.
So, there's a stunt which would apply to this, which you don't have, but it's devoted words. The strength of your faith alone allows you to give others pause. You may use your conviction skill to perform or block physical conflicts, which this could very well be, potentially preventing someone from making a negative action. Now, this is kind of by the seat of my pants, so I'm going to say that this works because you rolled a 0, you got a 5 with your conviction.
I also have rapport, if that's better, yeah.
Yeah, rapport also, but just all in all, I'm going to say because you have a relationship with Rocco, you've dealt with him before, and you do give him money as well every now and again. Like, you guys buy each other things, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you've got that kind of relationship. That you
I don't remember exactly. Is it with vampires too that they can't directly lie, or they can?
No, that's only the Sealy. Vampires can see whatever they
Only the
want.
Unseelie can. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry to interrupt.
So, at which point, because of this relationship you have, the conviction of the words you say, the door clicks and opens. And there stands a man, a little disheveled, but still a little too rich for a panic room. He looks to be wearing a suit worth $10,000. And his top button undone, his tie a little too loose, his hair a little disheveled, and it looks like he hasn't shaved this morning. It looks like he moved quite quickly into the panic room. And he says, "Jean-Paul, I was worried. Who is it you bring with you?"
I bring my brother. This is Volis. And I bring my traveling companion, Mr. Schlong.
Where is Mr. Sloan, I believe? He doesn't seem to be with you. Is he outside?
He is outside keeping watch. We're expecting trouble.
Maybe send your man there to go grab him. I'd like to talk with you for a minute, tell you what's been going on.
So he is invited in.
Yes, you all are.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
All right. So you feel a bit of power return to you. And Volus, do you run out to grab him? Do you take the send your man thing lightly? How do you take that?
I'm going to take a side glance over at Jean-Paul. I'm going to shake my head slightly. Well, he just gave up that he needed to invite the other guy in too, so now he's going to wonder what the fuck the other guy's deal is.
He said Sloan, and Rocco said Sloan, so Rocco knows.
He knows, yeah, but he may not have known what Sloan was.
No.
Still doesn't know. Many things need to be invited in.
Yeah.
He has no idea.
You know what?
But
you
now,
know what? No, he got a -2 on cluing in. He didn't figure it out. Not that you know that, but
he might not be an idiot, so he knows that there's something about this guy that he needed to that he would be better off being invited in.
You have to be invited in. They have to.
Because I sure as hell wasn't invited in. I'm the one who opened the damn door.
Yeah.
Or at least I'm the one that brought us that opened up the bookcase. So yeah. I'm not afraid to be in the house. So I must be human.
Well, Jean-Paul said he was here with his people. And then Rocco said, "I only see one person. Where's the other person?" And he said he's still outside. And then Rocco said, "Send your man to go get the other guy. We'll talk."
Okay, so I look at Jean-Paul, just kind of shake my head a little bit, and I go to the stairs. I'll head up.
He says,
"I know how to follow orders, even if I don't like them."
I want to quickly open up my sight.
Okay. You open up your sight.
If I'm going to be looking in the area, and I know the scale of what we're dealing with, I want to see if anything stands out.
All right. Is this a roll for your sight? I don't know.
No, the sight is just something I can open up.
It doesn't cost a fate point. Does it cost nothing?
No, it's just something I can just pop out.
Just a part of his sanity.
All right. Well, you open.
If I see weird shit,
you open your sight, and you see resonance of magical items, and they all seem to like things that have been sitting in a location for a long time. You see the threshold isn't terribly strong. It looks like it's only Rocco who's lived in this house. It isn't generations. The house looks like it was built in like 2010.
Okay.
Like, it's not a super strong threshold, but it was enough to kind of fuck with you a bit. And when you went and did your hex, it overtook the threshold by quite a bit.
Okay.
Right.
How's the drywall?
The drywall is that it's average. It's average looking drywall in there. The paint job is really nice, though.
Discontent.
Yeah, the paint job's really nice.
Anything in the neighborhood that stands out?
Just the fact that there are podiums in like niches and display cases where there's nothing in them, but residual power sits in them. So it looks like items.
Not in his house.
In his house, in Rocco's house.
No, I mean around, outside.
Oh, no. Outside, there's nothing. There's nothing meaningful outside. The fire hydrants give off a weird sort of hum, but that's about it.
Yeah, because I'm not looking at anything inside. I could care less.
Okay.
I'm making sure nothing spiritual is kind of hiding around like an old lady that could have been something terrible.
Nope. All you get when you're doing this is, like I said, the fire hydrants. There's something about the fire hydrants that give off a weird, strange sort of hum. You feel like maybe the firefighting department might have some sort of practitioner on it, but that's about it.
Okay. I'll focus and close my sight when I hear the footsteps coming towards me.
And you see Volus walk up to you.
I don't want to look at him directly.
Yes. You do see a radiance coming off of Volus as he gets close, almost like a 500-watt light from behind your head.
Yeah. That's basically my tip off he was coming, so that's why I close it down.
Yeah. Volus comes up, I'm assuming tells you, come on down.
Jean-Paul's talking to someone downstairs in a safe room. He invites you in and wants you to come down.
So it's all in one little place.
Yeah, why do you think I have the sword?
Peachy.
All right.
He doesn't look like he looks like he's in pretty bad shape, but you never know.
All right.
Yeah.
You can kind of shut this door. It looks kind of awkward to have a door open.
Yeah, you guys begin walking down.
Or against the house crookedly.
So meanwhile, 2 minutes ago, Rocco and JP are in the basement with the door open. You notice that he's there with his wife. They've set up what looks like a panic room. It's not finished. Their security's not completed. There's a bunch of his like toiletries there, toilet paper, bunch of food hastily brought down in like totes, those grocery bags that you can buy and reuse, like a bunch of stuff down there. It looks like he just fucking rushed his way down into the panic room. And his wife Lola's there, and she doesn't have any lipstick on. Her makeup's not done, and she has bags under her eyes. She looks stressed as fuck. Like she's been told some shit she didn't need to hear.
Okay. So she went from being trophy wife to, we're going to die.
Yeah. So you're there, Jean-Paul, standing at the door with him there. And he gestures for you to come into the panic room.
We only have a short time before the police come here, so give me the very short story of what you have done.
What I've done? It seems you think the police will come here?
Yes, I let myself in your house.
Yeah, the alarm is supposed to be connected down here. It was going off for a minute. We don't have our cameras set up. I was in the midst of trying to hook one up when the alarm was going off, and then it just abruptly stopped.
Are we down there as well?
Not yet.
Okay.
And when it abruptly stopped, the camera reels that I was working with just turned off. The hard drives stopped recording. I assumed Yagwai was coming here. I was worried that this was the end. Do you know what happened?
I have no idea.
I
saw the corpses. I saw the burnt building, yes, and made some phone calls, and I wandered over here to see if you're dead in a smear.
As
you look alive.
As he's saying that, you two come downstairs, and he gestures for you two to come in. And Lola goes and locks the door, turning this giant wheel to latch it with everybody inside.
Oh, I'm not going in there.
If you go in, do you want to be outside? Do you not want to?
Well, it's one of those-
So this is up to
before
you.
that door ever gets shut.
In or out of the conversation. In or out of the conversation.
Well, if before the door gets shut, I want to check it for runes or that kind of stuff.
Okay. You go to Lola goes to move the door shut, and you put your hand on it and go, "Give me a second."
Yeah.
And Lola goes.
Yeah, I think it's,
Lola makes it sound like this. And Rocco just, Lola, calm down. It'll be all right.
So that's a 5.
On lore,
Yeah.
you look at the big metal door behind the bookcase, and you see a lot of things. One of which is an almost completed rune that, if you wanted to, you could finish a couple lines, get your chalk out, and really make complete. But it looks like it was started about a week ago, and whoever started it never finished it, for whatever reason.
Okay, I'm gonna play it off to them like
it's a
I just wanted to
protection
make sure-
circle against the paranormal or supernatural.
Yeah.
It's
Well, I'm playing
incomplete.
it off them, but I'm not looking at the writing. I'm actually trying to make it look like I'm looking at the quality of the door.
Yeah. Right.
Because your security system crapped out, so last thing I want to do is... get
Honey,
myself
is he
locked
going to
into
let
a
me
room.
close this door? I mean, there's people coming for us, is there not? Honey,
Fine, I go in.
thank you. You're one of JP's guys?
I'm not your problem.
that is not too.
She instantly changes her face, everything about her. She goes, "I'm so sorry. Let me go get you something to drink." And she closes the door, latches it up, and heads to the back. She pulls out a bottle and goes, "Are you a spirits or beer kind of guy?
I'm not drinking.
Would you prefer a water, maybe a soda?"
No, I'm okay.
Okay.
We also take that.
Rocco,
We are.
she goes, "Honey, I'm going to go to the back. This seems more business than anything. I'm going to go read." And she walks off to the back. There's like a little door to a room. She goes, "What?"
Hold on.
Yes?
I'm gonna roll an empathy check.
Yes.
So +4.
Okay.
So I'm going to assume that she doesn't know anything about any of this.
Okay. So you're
Okay,
trying
just
to
because of the way she-
read her, right?
Yeah. I'm going to assume that she's just frazzled because she has no idea about anything that's going on.
And what did you
So
get?
I'm going to walk up +4.
There's a sense that not only has she done this a lot, but she might be playing Jack a little bit in the way she acts. That she's trying to, what's it called? Reduce his tension in the moment. That this is a thing she's done both with her husband, with men, with people before.
It's a
It's a defense mechanism of someone who's been around this kind of people.
Okay, so I sense that she's acting okay.
Well,
right?
you sense that she put up a mask so fucking quick it was crazy. The
Yeah,
shift
that
in
ga-
personality was overwhelming for you with that role.
Yeah, so that means she's either a player or that means she's used to ignoring what's going on.
Yeah, in fact, before she leaves, she sets up 1, 2, 3, 4 cups. She sets up four cups. She puts the bottle down. She gets out a bunch of bottles, and she, without even asking, pours a whiskey and leaves it there. And she looks to Rocco.
That would be for her husband.
She looks to Rocco, and then he gives her a nod. That's just so subtle. Like, you can tell this is a game they play back and forth. They know very well. She supports him in every way. And she leaves to the other room.
Okay, I was going to hand her a candy cane.
You can have a fate point. That's really good. She takes the candy cane.
I'm gonna hand her a candy cane, give her a wink, and go pour myself a spiced rum.
She goes, "Is there anything you'd like with that, dear?"
I'm fine, thank you.
All right. And she puts the candy cane in her mouth, sucks on it a little bit, keeping eye contact with you, turns around and walks her way into the room, leaving the men to talk. All right. You're in the room with Rocco. The aspect is, it's a little tense but real.
That's the name of the aspect?
Yeah.
Gonna need a notepad.
Yeah. Normally I would have like cue cards and I would just write it on and put it in the middle of the table and you can invoke it if you want. Yet again, the room aspects are free aspects to invoke. So if you want to invoke your aspects, it costs a fate point.
So what's the name of the room aspect?
It's a little tense but real.
All right, I asked for the short story of the deal that went wrong.
Give me a rapport roll.
One plus 4, 5.
That's exceptionally good. That is a superb. So upon asking that, you see him nod his head. Like he's like, yeah, I can tell you everything. He says, I had bought a rare item. Spent a lot of money even getting it here. Convincing the people that they wanted to sell it to me. But when it got here, Jean-Paul, he gets up and walks to an item, puts his hand on it and goes, when it got here, the middlemen changed. There was this man, if you can call him that, named Yagwai. He showed up with the item. I don't know how he got his hands on it or why he showed up in the first place. Maybe it was to teach me a lesson. The girl I didn't recognize either. But it seems to me they're beyond supernatural. They seem to be something else all included. Yes, Volus? You seem to have a thing you want to say.
Justin, is there a chance that I might have heard of Yagwai?
I was going to ask that too.
Roll a lore.
I don't have lore.
I guess I should do lore.
So you can roll a lore. It'll just be +0.
Okay, well I rolled a 2, so -2.
So -2 +0. So you've never heard of Yagwai, but from what you can tell, they might be a Denarian? Maybe?
Well, if they used Hellfire, it kind of narrows it down.
Yeah, and from what you know, historically speaking, you've crossed Denarians before, and some of them can do crazy shit like that.
Yeah.
Right?
What else did you the item?
So before we move forward, we're going to finish the rolls. So what'd you roll, Jordan?
3.
+3?
Yeah.
Yagwai is a Chinese, possibly Chinese Denarian. And the name itself means strange demon. You got a 3 as well, so you'd get the same thing. So the strange demon.
I don't know this.
You don't know.
He's the only.
You didn't know that the legend of the Yagwai had been connected to the Denarians, but you're getting the impression that maybe Yagwai might actually be a Denarian.
Okay.
Right? So.
Well, I take that knowledge combined with the fact that I know I literally was able to suss up the Hellfire use,
yeah.
So I'm pretty confident now.
Yeah. So, he says, they showed up. And when they showed up, there was 2 of them. There was a younger woman. She had, I can only describe it as mystical hair. When things went crazy, she tore apart one of my men. And the other one turned into Yagwai. He turned into what is a bear man. He grew almost a foot taller, spikes out of his body. He tore apart the suit he was wearing. And everyone ran. My guys did everything they could to get me out safely, but they got away with... You have to understand, I had prepared for this. I was aware that the contact had changed. I just did not expect Dare I say it, I did not expect denarians.
And the item?
The items, they got away with them from what I could tell. $500,000 is what I was going to pay the contact for shipping. They got away with the briefcase and the
That is
item.
a chunk of change. For
Jean
getting,
Paul, we have a relationship that's gone back almost a decade.
Do not say a word. You go to my father's church. You stay there.
St. Bridget's has been a church that I have patroned my entire life. You and your people have been everything to me, and I've done everything just as my father has before too.
I know a man I must call in on this. This is getting too thick for just my friends and I.
Jean-Paul, my wife, I don't know how long that fragile bird can live in a cage like this.
Oh, do not give me this shit.
She's a
You
canary.
go to the church or you die. It's up to you. I do not care what you do.
Jean-Paul, that beautiful woman is a canary, and I can't treat her like anything else. She will die in this mine. I need you and your boys, if you're willing, to sort this out for me. I'd be willing to give you 20% of the take if you can get me the weapon. It was an axe that was supposed to be brought from China.
Does it have a name?
20%. You're a man who needs my protection, and you offer me 20%.
Of $500,000, Jean-Paul.
Yes, I know. It shall be 50%.
That's $100,000. It's not a slouch that I'm offering you. It's not some pocket change, my man. The weapon, since you asked, young man, is called Pangu Fu. You want to roll lore on that?
Yep.
What's the name again?
Pangu
Fu.
Yeah.
Up 4 as well.
Never heard of it.
Isn't that when a French penguin gets sick?
Yeah, you got it. Got it in one.
Huh. So, you want us for 20% to
If you
go
find
get an axe that you were willing to pay $500,000 for. From
No, that he's trying to sell it for $500,000.
no, I was
no,
willing
he's trying
to
to buy
buy
it for $5,000.
He
But-
wants us to get back and bring it to him for a measly $100,000.
I need one of you to roll rapport. Who's got the best rapport?
I have +4.
I don't have anything.
Okay, roll a +4. Roll a rapport for me.
I rolled a +4 for lore on Pangu Fu.
Do you have intimidate or anything like that,
Six.
Jordan? Not Jordan. Brandon?
Intimidate?
Yeah, do you have anything
Uh,
like that?
Presence would also
Let's
fall.
see.
Yeah.
Presence?
Do you have a presence?
I do.
What do you have for presence? I need his
Uh,
rapport and your
+3.
presence. So roll me a presence.
I've got a +3 for presence.
Okay, roll one.
+2.
So +2.
Yeah.
2's not bad. That's fair.
Mine's +6.
So 6 on rapport. All right. I would say collectively, you got a 6. You said.
Yeah.
Wow, that's fantastic. I would move you even to epic, just as Rocco's about to animate in a way, become very aggressive. You can see in him that he's about to start. He would, if you weren't the people you are, he'd start giving you guys shit for not accepting his offer. Right? But he pulls himself together, and he looks to Volus, takes a deep breath, and looks back to you, Jean-Paul, and goes, "What can I do to make this more amiable, more affluent for you guys? Is it the money? I'd be more than happy to give you a larger share of it, if you could indeed recover both."
I looked at Volus. He called me brother.
Actually, Jean-Paul, can I pull you off to the side for a second?
I'm going to go take a piss. You guys talk amongst yourself.
Just 1 second. So I'd pull you across, just so we're out of earshot from the guy. we could square ourselves with the family.
And we could also use the money.
Yeah, we do
Right.
both. The family owes him a favor. He owes the family a favor for giving him sanctuary, and we get the money. That might be enough to square us with the family and get me back into a hotel and not your guest couch.
Oh, you do not like the futon. Yes, I understand this. Talk to Volus. He is my brother, and he called me in on this, and I would kill a man if he asked. Volus.
Okay, I've got an answer. I want to do it with Justin here because he's gonna love this.
Okay.
Um,
Oh yeah, it's in my brother's hands.
well, I mean, I was called by someone else too, so we got to talk to Alfred too.
Fuck that other guy.
Yeah, that's the person I'm gonna have to call.
Alfred's the one who called me.
Oh no.
Yeah. And Alfred is the man I need to call now too, because this is getting dangerous. Yeah.
I love the depth of knowledge you guys possess, just people who've lived this long. Because you're only thinking just now it's getting dangerous. The minute we stepped foot into the blackened destruction that was that place, that's when it was getting
We were only
dangerous.
looking. We were just curious, yeah. We were not hunting Denarian.
Oh,
I usually burn down houses with regular fire.
So what I
Hellfire's
pulled
hot.
Jean-Paul aside for was to say that
I'm back.
there we go. So what I pulled Jean-Paul aside for was to say if Rocco owes the family a debt for giving him what's the word I was looking for?
Shelter.
A sanctuary.
Sanctuary. Ah.
And then we get the money. That might square us with the family,
Okay.
which would get me off of his futon and back into a hotel room.
I mean,
Now,
It's a favor.
that's what we're discussing that on the side. But he brought Brandon to the conversation, and Brandon wanted to wait till you got back.
oh, I was giving you all the world's options to try and outsmart me. And the best way to outsmart me is me not to know what you're going to do.
Oh no! It's our
Well,
conversation.
no,
like Brandon's got to go into. He's going to outburst, so it's okay.
Well,
So,
no,
Brandon, can you adjust your camera so I don't see all your books?
Well, I've got
look at that.
my phone is kind of being held up by my pencil case because I still got the charger in.
Gotcha.
So I'm trying, and it's on a. Hold on, maybe I can sit up a bit higher.
Yeah. Kind of engage in an interesting way.
There.
Yeah.
I'm fat though, so it's hard.
All of us, bud. All of us.
Yeah. Some more than others. So yeah, what I was gonna say was, I don't want the money. I want the coins.
The Nanarian coins?
I want the coins.
Do we want to just play this through?
Yeah.
Oh, we want to call Alfred.
But
No,
But
I
we
mean,
need Alfred.
yeah. So okay, straight up.
Yeah.
Are we getting a little late for you boys or what?
Yeah.
I don't care.
I got obligations. I am the boss.
No, like meta, just meta. Is it? Are we hitting like it's too late to keep playing?
Yeah, I got work.
Okay,
I'm usually in bed by 9.
and it's 10:30.
It's at 30, and it is a Wednesday.
All right. So do we want to sum up the scene in a meaningful way then?
sure.
All right. Say what you got to say.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh. I wasn't even. I was called in for this. There's another that is interested in this situation because of the Hellfire, because of the Denarians. I called in John Paul because he owes me a favor, or is it I owe him a favor? Which one is it again?
Your friends.
Your friends.
Oh, we're friends. Because I was instructed that we would need some help.
There's no doubt about it that this situation is not a one-man task.
I say we call Alfred and we take this deal. Yes.
Who's this Alfred?
Do not
Alfred.
worry.
Alfred, you can. Alfred isn't in it for the money. He's in it.
I'm
He's in it for
talking
the.
to my guys right now.
Shut the fuck up. Oh my god, shut the fuck up.
I'm just talking to the boys still. Mobsters in the back corner, no?
Oh, do you want
No,
that?
we're in the
We
conversation.
can do that. We could be 10 feet back.
Okay, let's do that.
So we could talk to each other amongst ourselves.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay, listen.
so set up what you're gonna say with each other, and then say you approach Rocco and talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think we call Alfred and
Okay,
We're
so
gonna take this deal.
sense.
You don't bring
We-
up Alfred's name. Not a fucking word.
No, I don't.
we're bringing Alfred in on this. If we don't tell
go
Rocco,
ahead.
he's gonna get.
Rocco doesn't know my name.
No.
He doesn't
Yes, he
have
does.
your fucking name.
So he already said your name. Jean Paul would know that. He's obviously got intel going on. He
Oh
mentioned
no, he
you.
knows Jean Paul's name.
And when Jean Paul said Slong, he said, "Do you mean Sloan?"
Oh, okay. It's like, listen, he doesn't know that guy. Don't give him any more information. Don't fuck us.
Oh, he'll be under my dad's protection. He will not be making phone calls. Or
Okay. Okay, so you guys can take the money. I want the denarians.
That is no problem. I trust you with them. Do
Okay,
not touch
well-
the coin with your hands. It is very
I know. I'm more than aware of that.
Do not touch the coins with your hands. They are very sticky.
Okay, so we're agreed. We're gonna go. We're gonna take the deal, but we need to convince him to go and get protection from the family,
He has to go to the church or he is a dead man.
which will get his wife out of here, give her more room, and that way she'll be with a group of socialites.
Yes. She can
There we
go
go.
play with the other pretty girls.
We're doing him a favor.
I don't think he's gonna see it that way.
Shit.
We will take the deal. And if he does not go to the church for protection, then he will be buried somewhere nice.
Okay,
He's got us or nothing.
I'm making it clear though. He's not getting the coins.
That's
No,
fair.
no, no. Everything is ours. He gets the act.
I don't care. So Justin, Meta. Justin.
Yes.
Yes. So I had said before I got a +4 for lore on Pengu Fu. Do I know anything about this axe?
Pengu. You don't know about the axe, but the name Pengu is the name of the god who created the universe according to Chinese lore.
Okay.
So an axe, Pengu Fu, way of the god.
Okay.
An axe named Way of the God. I mean, you don't know what it means, but you know literally what the words mean.
It's a weapon of power. This
Okay.
is something that
So I don't care if he's got him. I don't care if he wants himself a godly weapon. That's his business. But he's not getting an ungodly power coin.
Don't tell me that.
Especially
my
two of
So
them.
so whenever you're ready,
My
fucking
faith-
say you go and talk to him and start talking to him.
You know my faith is over.
Okay, let's just do this.
All right, let's do this.
Hey, Rocco!
We approach Rocco.
Rocco turns away from his monitors, which he's reset and they're on and working now, and says yes.
Who's doing this? Am I doing this or are you doing this?
Well, it's all you, man.
All right.
I am.
We'll take your deal on one condition.
What is that condition?
You'll get your axe. I get the coins.
He doesn't know the coins are.
What do you mean by?
He knows what denarians are.
Yeah.
I
You know what
have
denarians are?
I have a sneaking suspicion from what my people have researched that they're a group of demons. I believe them to be.
That's putting it lightly.
I believe them to be somehow connected to the fall of Christ. I'm not 100% certain what the story is.
Using my discipline, I want to check to see if he's bullshitting us.
Okay.
That is 6.
He seems to be talking genuinely. It seems like the information hasn't really moved up north to Canada in a meaningful way, especially to like a pure mortal mobster like Rocco. Rocco's just on the fringes of the supernatural, it seems. He knows the White Court. He's been playing the game very locally. And it seems like all the information he knows is like in the past 2 days.
Okay. But okay, so I have a +1 then to lore. I would know enough about the Denarians because of my training from Monoc.
You're also 800 years old. It's a thing that comes up. You know what they are.
Yeah.
You are familiar
Yeah.
with them.
Okay,
That each coin has a demon. The demon possesses a person, gives them great power. In fact,
Okay,
you've spent enough time drinking sake with Leo, mead and sake, not Leo, Alfred, that he's mentioned them and talked about them before.
Okay. So I personally don't think telling him would be that big of a deal.
Okay.
Because he's already being targeted by them.
Yeah.
Knowing what's coming after him isn't going to hurt.
Yeah.
Or at least knowing the basics, not going into specifics, but going into basics. Just giving him the basics. So in game, you have no idea what you've got coming. You have no idea what you just narrowly escaped. These aren't just run-of-the-mill demons. These aren't just run-of-the-mill demons that can be summoned by any conjurer. These are some of the original demons that you survived. Do you know how many people survived that? I've been around long enough to know, not many. So, you best get yourself hiding. We'll take care of this.
And where is it you suggest I hide?
You go to my father's church, or you find yourself a nice grave and lie down in it. It is up to you. But they cannot enter the church.
So the most safe place for Lola and I
The only safe place
is St. Bridget's.
Hey. You're worried about your wife being stuck down here in a cell. Should be living amongst socialites.
Roll a rapport for me, or a presence, one or the other.
Oh, I got presents.
Who, everybody?
Everybody, yeah. Whatever is the best for you guys.
I have 3.
4. 4 plus 2,
4.
6.
Nice.
4, yeah, 6.
You got a 6.
Can I use faith like a pillar?
Sure. Yeah, you can use a fate point. Or you can use it's a little tense but real for free.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, actually, that would work out better. It's a little tense but real, because I was just giving him with the way it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that sounds good. So a little tense but real plus 4.
Nice. So 4 and 6.
It's real plus 6. It's my 7 now.
So you got 6. You'd go to 8. And what about you, Jordan?
I rolled
Say that again.
3. 13.
So everybody's relatively above his fare. So he resides himself to the truth. He resides himself to the truth from a good personal friend, from a strong-looking enforcer, from a person he's done a bit of intel on and might be a bit suspicious of, but he knows you're a person worth trusting. He says, "All right, Saint Bridget's it is, but how much is it going to cost to have you guys sort this out?"
50%.
So, does anyone else contest 50%?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I work on a checking. My subject's kicking in. Okay, so you got to offer a favor to the family.
A favor to the family? In what way?
Maybe not open-ended, but
That's between you and
discuss it with his father.
Yeah.
Jean-Paul's father, back in France,
Yes.
hardly has the influence here that he used to. Jean-Paul has more influence than he does, and the house has more influence than Jean-Paul.
Oh, that's true. But it's just a matter of, it's a respect thing.
Semantics.
So what are we looking for? To get Jean-Paul back in the good graces of the house?
Yes.
I could vouch for him. As far as that would go. Maybe a second person would help, but I'm sure offering a favor up to his father might open up options at the very minimum. I'll do it.
And obviously the 20%.
Well, he said 50. What is it?
Yeah, we're not going to 50.
So a favor,
That
20%.
would be greedy on our foot, wouldn't it?
A favor, 20%. I get the axe, the money, and you get the coin there.
And anything else we happen to accrue along the way.
Well, that goes without saying. Sorting out a situation is a mighty good option for. What are you? What are you? Scandinavian?
Yeah, a contract's a contract.
I look at Volus and I go, "What are you? Scandinavian? How is it you've ended up in this business?"
It's my job.
And are you for hire?
Not at the moment.
Well, then I'll have to get your number for when you are. All right, then. I guess we're going to St. Bridget's. And that's the scene.
Good night.
Night.
And it's time, how you say, yes. I have to pull on the pud and go sleepy, yeah.
Yes. All right. Good game,
Make
everyone.
the swish.